In the summertime, it's all about the Stampede, but now here in Calgary, it's all about the Scotties and the Canadian Women's Curling Championship.
Welcome to the main event. Let the lights go down, and when the smoke clears, I'ma show you how. I can tell we gonna meet again. You leaving with a frown, me, I'm leaving with the crown. How you like me now? Welcome to the main event. Let the lights go down, and when the smoke clears, I'ma show you how. I can tell we gonna meet again. You leaving with a frown, me, I'm leaving with the crown. How you like me now? Welcome to the main event.
It is the legacy of the 88 Winter Games here in Calgary, Canada Olympic Park. Ski jumps were here, but the skiing was actually in Nikiska, about maybe a half an hour west of here, just in the early part of the Rockies. Let's get you caught up what happened this afternoon. All the teams from Group A, and top of the table, of course, Selena Sturmey out of Edmonton, looking very good, but this may indeed have been her best game. Yeah, she won 4 straight. But this is the kind of draw weight she had. She got really good help through the middle, and that was for the single against 3 as she takes out Quebec and Laurie St. George. Carrie Anderson, 1 hiccup so far. That was to Sturmey. That could be the decider between first and second place. Ackerman now loses 3 in a row. Maybe a little too late for Caitlin Laws. Looking very sharp now, but has suffered 3 losses. And first win for Newfoundland and Labrador. PEI still looking for their first. So standings now, remembering it is an 8-game round robin. Sturmey by that 1 game over Anderson. You'd have to think those at 2 losses, but if they drop and those at 3 can win, there may be a chance to get in. And then, of course, Jones and Homan tonight with Randy hanging on, Cameron at 2, and all the others at 3 have to win and hope for some help. And on this Tuesday night, we do say hello, Canada. Welcome back to Winsport Events Center. The family's here. Joe Russell here from Kathy shortly. Well, it just makes you smile, a matchup like this, Homan against Jones. And, you know, it's about Rachel. We know how she plays the game, but right now she has that look.
Yeah, and it's hard to say she's even better than what we always talk about, because every year we talk about Rachel Homan's abilities. She's got that eye of the tiger for sure. What's really scary for the rest of the field is there's one other player in this field that's every bit as good as Rachel Homan, and that's Tracy Fleury, your third. She's making everything, and Joanne and I were talking about it, to transition from skip all her life to third and play the way she is, outstanding.
And throughout an illustrious career, this is the kind of game that Jones really looked forward to.
Yeah, she relishes this rivalry. We saw Rachel beat Jennifer in her first Scotties win. Thought it might be a changing of the guard, but not so fast, Vic. Jennifer Jones loves this matchup. She takes herself to another level for these games. You see it in how she behaves on the ice with her team, that look in her eye. I think we're in for a good one.
Yeah, I think it's, well, we circled it. It's here now. And the key tonight at this first moment would be who has the hammer in that first end of play.
Things are rolling really well for our team. Obviously, staying confident is important, and you gain that as you get a few more wins, but everyone else is working so hard, and we know we have to keep pushing our game to be able to try and be in the final at the end of this week.
They're just strong from lead to skip. They're all great at their positions. They make tons of big shots, so you never are safe out there, and you know you're going to have to play your best. So you just have to make sure that you try to make one more shot than them every game, and if you can do that, you'll have a chance.
The 2024 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Scotties Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties. By Home Hardware. Here's how. By PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. And by BKT Tires. Growing together.
Well, so much tension on this game as we say good evening, Kathy, but there are 3 other games, and they're all important.
Well, they certainly are. Melissa Adams from New Brunswick takes on Danielle Inglis, who's still probably smarting after being up 7 after 3 and then lost on a stolen rock. Kate Cameron played very well this afternoon in her loss to Rachel Homan. She will want to continue that against an always tough Carrie Galusha. And finally, it is Bailey Scoffin from the Yukon taking on Clancy Grandy. And with only one loss, Clancy Grandy is very much a part of the discussion.
Absolutely. Time to meet the teams now, and it's brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. Team Ontario from the Ottawa Curling Club, skipped by Rachel Homan, with Sarah Wilkes, Emma Miskew, and Tracy Fleury at third. Manitoba from the St. Vital Curling Club in Winnipeg, the Altona Curling Club, skipped by Jennifer Jones, with Lauren Lenentine, Emily Zacharias, and Carly Burgess. And now this about the last rock, and it has been won. The hammer goes to Manitoba, and Jones, she'll throw the yellow stones, and won it quite comfortably, biting the button twice. And this is, we expect anyway, the thought being that with that last rock, Russ, that Jones will be aggressive right away.
Yeah, no question. That's her MO. That's what she does almost all the time. Unless this is like top four right in the center line and she doesn't feel her players are ready to go, she won't throw the corner guard. But Rachel's going to throw it up in front and make Jones go to the middle.
Do we? That's curious, because in all your years playing, did your skip look at you and say you're not quite ready, or did you ever feel you're not quite ready and they'd just dial it back for a couple of ends?
Honestly, it kind of depended on how the team's week was going. If it had been a grind, if we were just scratching at everything and having to piece everything together, sometimes we would take the pedal off for a little bit. But if things were feeling good, and let's say practice didn't go the best, usually we would still lean into it.
Not there.
Not going to get there in this one, and now it's going to be fun and games this end, Vic.
All right, let's take a look at the keys to the game. We'll start with Rachel Homan.
Well, the first key, if I was coaching this team, and my brother is coaching the team, is change absolutely nothing. All four players are at the top of the stats. They seem to be in sync with their brushing. They seem to judge them properly. They're not missing the wrong way. Just do your thing. Don't overthink it. And for Fleury, feel. 94% for Tracy Fleury on the draw percentage is uncanny at this ability with all these rocks in play to be that good. Make your move at third.
And right away, taking advantage of that. Coming up light is Sarah Wilkes going around. Now the keys for Manitoba.
Now they're jonesing for a win. This, as we mentioned in the opening, is Jennifer Jones's ultimate moment. She loves these games, so leaning into your skipper here if you're Team Jones. And light it up, Lauren. Of all the players on the ice, she's the only one that's kind of middle of the pack. We've seen her play outstanding over the course of the years. It's time for her to show up.
It was a little bit dim on that first one. Let's be honest now. Purex, brought to you by Purex Bathroom Tissue. It is pure comfort. And this time comes around and we'll lay it on the corner.
It's not one curler. They gave them under 85%. It's just outstanding. It's no surprise. They're both 4-0.
I think she said moving.
And again, we remind you, 9-team round robin. So you play 8, but only the top 3 will go through. And the first tiebreaker is head-to-head matchup.
Whoa, if you're heavy.
And then if that doesn't sort things out, if it's multiple teams, they will go to those last rock draws and add up all those numbers, throw out the 2 best, and that will be determined who goes through. No tie-breaking games.
Really coming down. Keep going.
That brings Canada in line with what they do at the Worlds and at the Olympics.
Yeah. Try to get to the nose. 10.
Great scrub by Tracy there. Joe, she's no Amos Mazaner, but she's really pushing hard. You have to keep in mind that there's a little grudge match for Tracy here. 8-0 at the Olympic trials at skip. Had a shot that ticked a guard, or she goes to the Olympics and Jennifer Jones doesn't.
Nice weight on Emma's first draw here, but just didn't quite curl up. So there's an opportunity here to make a little tap and roll for Team Jones.
Emily Zacharias. And we'll remove that red stone. Jones now sits the 1, but it's still there to make for Ontario. You know, the other day, Kate Cameron was saying, because she had moved back, Manitoba skip, was skipping for the first time since 14. And she said, unbelievable the respect I have for skips now because it's so mentally draining. Can you imagine if you're playing 10 ends like this? You know, how much you are just mentally whipped by the end of it.
Yeah, it is tiring. There's no question about it. And what I found was you'd get to game 6, game 7, you'd go, don't forget this is a straight spot. And then, and that was sheet B. I'm on C now. There's a lot of mapping out the ice and thinking about the rocks and those type of things that people, I don't think, understand.
That's, pardon me for interrupting, but that statistic there, even though she didn't have the last rock, she was still very successful.
Yeah, bit of a story here for Team Homan. They've had an outstanding season. They've only lost 5 games the entire year, but haven't been winning very many hammers. And I guess when you're playing that good, it doesn't matter.
Great shot there to get their Homan rock underneath cover and expose the Jones stone.
Car.
Everything Jones throws right now is going to be wide open.
Hard to stay.
Will it stay, though? And it will not. So, a couple of early mistakes. You get that Lenentine come around, comes up light, and they're unable to hold it as Emily Zacharias.
Control. That's good ice. I
Yeah,
kept mine
just a
there.
hair heavy on both Manitoba hits there, and a good chance. I think there's room to get under.
Yep. Good. Yep. Big. Little heavy. Oh. Yeah. Yep. Oh.
Trying to hold it up.
Curl.
Askew now help it over. Wilkes. Oh, and she'll tuck a corner underneath.
Good call.
There's no direct raises either, so
You got to go the other way here, Joe, now, do you?
Yeah, just a series of staggered rocks here. And some teams would bail here. First end, 2 opposition stones.
But the thing is, the stagger works in Jones' favor at this point, doesn't it? I mean, if you can wrap it that way, how do you get to it?
yeah, no question. This is looking like a steal or a 4-ender.
Back 4.
Should try.
Gotta go, Lauren. Not yet.
There's still T back 4. It's coming down.
Yep,
All right,
go,
we just
Lauren.
talked
Yep.
about maybe
Yep. Both of you.
weight's
Yep.
a little bit of a
Yep,
problem, but this is
You gotta go,
more
you
like
gotta
the
go.
draw to the button kind of weight,
Tough on
albeit they would come home for that. They'll get it to the top 4 to sit the 1.
Come on, here.
It's a little deeper, actually. Might have made more sense than this angle's not there.
Just a hair more. This is like probably a third.
Really precise hit, though, for the first end, Russ.
No
Don't see
kidding.
many rocks here in practice, so it's always a question. These outturns run really straight with peel usually, but will they curl a bit with some fresh pebble?
Got to get it really thin, too, to keep it in play.
Whoa.
In a 7th Scotties appearance, Tracy Fleury.
No.
Oh, you got this. Angle it back. Sure do. Oh, they've almost been flawless to this point. That maybe bumps out just a little bit, shows a little more on that outturn side.
You have 3/4? Yep.
That would have been tough, wouldn't it, Joe, to even have that stay a little bit more underneath? This was naturally going to happen.
Just a tiny bit thinner, maybe, but it's a great result for Team Homan.
Yeah, the main thing was get it out of there.
As long as it didn't spill out enough to leave a roll under.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, good shot.
Really hard.
Really good shot.
Really hard. Hard.
Gotta make some noise here.
No roll. It's gotta sit. Slow, sweet. Nice.
And it finally
Good spot,
will.
Carr.
Oh, you've got 2 great
Perfect
thirds
weight.
here, Joanne.
Yeah, Carly Burgess is so impressive. She's really technically strong.
I like the throw.
Doesn't seem to get in her own head either.
Not at all.
Sometimes you expect to see every once in a while someone just lose it a bit, but watched her a lot over the last couple of years.
First shot. I just think hers really came down, but I'm second on the pass.
All right, you might ask,
14. You grab that on?
watching at home, why wouldn't you go after shot stone and try to roll it over?
14.
It's not a bad call, Vic, but the thing is if they make this hit on the wings, you know Jennifer Jones is going to make this come around, so
Okay.
they're going to beat them there.
That's the same line.
And even, I guess, Russ, too, if you roll, you'll be behind the tee line, so now you're giving them some backing.
Valid point. That's, gee, he's catching on.
Eh,
Eh?
I told you.
Really?
Antibiotics and smart pills is what I gave him.
No, you're dead on, and it's who you're playing. I think if you're playing maybe a different team in this field, you hit sit 2, they chase it.
And the other thing, too, it's a game about pressure, Joe, right? And so this is Homan's chance to put some pressure on.
You gotta go.
13-9.
Yeah, you know Jen's not afraid of drawing against a couple rocks, so chance to make it tough for them.
Boy, how good is that? Lovely. They really have. They've thrown 7 stones, and they can't pick a bad one.
No, very true.
Good sweep. Really
I thought they'd leave that a hair higher. It's brilliant where it is.
So they switch and go here. You don't see the knifing technique. You see Emma with her broom the wide way in front of the rock because she's trying to make it curl but also drag it farther.
I also thought Jen would play the freeze, but since they're only sitting one home in there, she's going to go right around and try to get what's left of the button.
And this is one of the things that Coach Glenn Howard said. He was very happy with their draws, but what they have to work on is the pinpoint accuracy. So we're going to get a little opportunity right here to see if she can find that pinpoint. Hario sits the one. Manitoba with last rock.
It's gliding.
Curl cart. Hard, back 4. Hard. Hard.
Gotta stay in the 8-foot here. Gotta stay in the 8-foot.
Oh, and back it goes, and it won't. It'll settle finally.
3-8.
So a little case of an early heavies for this team.
That traveled really well.
It surprised everyone. Sweepers didn't hate it out of her hand.
No kidding.
What'd you get on that?
3-8.
Yeah, I thought it would be close.
Yeah.
The other thing that
Sorry.
That's fine.
Glenn Howard was saying that, and it's for both teams, you really have to map the ice. You better know where the patches and the lines are a little crispy, a little flatter. At this point in the game, though, Russ, you would expect the stones to travel more freely, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's in a reverse direction, but that's the path both teams wore down to try to get to the pin and the draw to the button. And
So right to it.
what surprised me was Jennifer, when she let it go, said, I think I'm a little light.
So draw again down right to it.
Yep.
Okay.
3 feet less. Yeah.
This is respecting your opponent. You could hit the open one, but Jennifer's going to beat out those 2 red ones. So you might as well sink another one close to the pin here.
Final stone for Homan.
5, 6. Top that's all there.
10th Scotties
7.
appearance.
7.
The 3-time champion.
6. Yeah.
She's calling line for a round.
Okay. Yep.
One more time. Here they go. Miscue. Wilkes. One more time. Got enough to get it there. And they will not. And so they will sit just that one, and it'll give Jones another try.
What do you think happened there, Joanne?
I think the sweepers got a little caught up in line there.
Yeah.
I think a 4.5 we can get there.
Oh, sorry, that traveled really good.
Really well.
Not much risk. All of a sudden, it's
Got a smidge more right.
draw against 1.
That was a big opportunity missed.
Tough one.
Yeah.
They thought it was a 7.
Really have to finish it.
I really liked it out of my hand.
14-5.
Yeah. Second down.
Someone said they took a smidge more ice. You know, if this is under somebody else other than Jones, you might think, okay, I was heavy, I might pull the string here. But
Line's good.
their draw numbers are wonderful, aren't they? 93% number 1.
Room.
So it's all up to
Line's good.
Lendentine right, Burgess left. Hard now, ladies. You got to get it to the 4-foot. You got to get it there. Big draw, big scrub. Get it there. A little bit more, little more. Run and roll it off, and no. And it'll be a steal of 1 Homan here in the first.
Should have been there. Second on the pop.
What a night it's going to be here in the Scotties. Will it in fact decide first place? Will the winner get first place when it's all said and done? Both these teams come in with 4 straight wins. Welcome back. Tuesday night. Wonderful game. Homan against Jones. And in that first, Homan with the steal of one really did make 7 of 8 shots. That last one, Homan, comes up a little light. But it was interesting. She never stepped away. The challenge was right there, thrown up by Jones. And Homan went with her, stone for stone.
And I think that's, we saw that 26% hammers in the last 3 events for Team Homan, and get a little concerned about that. But you look at how they start their games, putting pressure on the opposition that has the hammer. And good curling. Doesn't matter. They can flip that hammer in 10 ends.
Sure. A couple really good moves from Rachel. They threw the center guard to stop Jones from throwing a corner. And then instead of hitting and sitting a couple, they tried to put the pressure on by burying another one.
How close? Top 6. That's fine. You can clean it.
Nice come around by Lauren Lenentine. It's second shot though, so, and over buried.
Gotta move it, Trace. Go, carve it. Yep, you can carve it.
You take a chance. We know that, Russ. You said it often that you put that corner up for a reason, but to ignore what's going on in the middle, that's pretty gutsy.
Okay. Hack. Yep.
So here's their remaining games, and Jones with Cameron, Inglis, Galusha. Cameron's in a tough spot. Grandy is still part of the mix. So that's a good one coming up for Homan, and that'll be tomorrow. But they have dominated this Pool B. Emily Zacharias, you never know what's going to happen. You could stub your toe, but the expectation is these two 1-2, and then everyone that has any chance will battle for 3 as that rolls into the open.
How much?
Do you like control? Control. It should run fairly straight here.
All right, let's start our updates, and a key game here for Manitoba and Kate Cameron, but it is the Territories coming off that record comeback earlier today, and it is, of course, Joanne Rizzo who throws the 4th stones for the team from Yellowknife.
Kate Cameron faced 3 on her final. She made a double and rolled to the center. That is what Joanne is chasing. It is for 2 or 3. They've taken a lot of look at those stones to the right side.
I think
And it is just a couple they get, so an early lead for Galusha.
It's falling.
Opportunity here for Emily to make a roll behind the corner. Might catch the back red on the way by. Just really want to save their shooter here.
Yes!
Look at that hammer conversion rate, Russ, 89%. That's
It's hard to
crazy.
believe. Holy shot. Look at this.
Just for reference, that hammer efficiency.
Shooting.
Talked to Renee Sonnenberg from Curling Canada. She does the analytics, and she said the top teams, the top 5, 50 to 60% conversion rate. Top 10, 40 to 60%. 89%.
Yeah, that's off the charts.
Roll to center. Okay.
What a shot by Emily.
Oh, boys, it's perfect.
Should be able to hold this here,
It'd be
Trace.
hard to chase it, too. You could tick the top and you're in real trouble.
Looking for the run back, roll the shooter to the center line.
Yes!
Right out of her hand, picked up early. You get here, Rachel Homan. Miscues by the stone, Wilkes out in front, and will just open it up and then roll that shooter over for a corner.
Might want to sweep it.
New Brunswick picks up a couple, and that's a steal of 2 against Danielle Inglis. Showed you the Territories, and a steal,
Feel like straight. Keep it out there.
or a score of 1 for the Territories. They opened with the hammer. Bailey Scoffin out of Whitehorse.
Too much light. Lots of light. Too much light. M.
You can hear it in Jennifer's voice say that
Hey, you're by this. You're by this. Be
they're
back
all in
four.
tonight.
Go, Em.
Little
Go.
outside early
Go,
in this
Em.
one.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. Are you sweeping for speed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could see on Carly's face, she was fighting it in her slide. That can be really hard to feel your draw weight when that happens. Did well to find the tee line.
Across the face. Same
This
way.
isn't far off. If you make the double, you're close to the triple.
Half a rock. Half.
Okay, you got it, Chelsea.
So important in a noisy building like this that the thrower knows exactly where you want to hit the darn thing.
Close. Yep. Oh. Curl.
Looking for half a rock.
Curl.
Helping it over. Wilkes.
Take the roll. Take the
Half a
roll.
rock going across the face, and she stuffed it. And where will that roll?
Okay.
Is it coming back a little bit? No, not quite. Leaves a
Real close.
couple of centimeters under that center.
Just like that. A really good chance for Jennifer Jones. One perfect come around, one perfect roll, and then that one jammed.
I think it'll be close, yeah, to normal. Yeah! Whoa!
Boy, that was an early call.
Solid board! Curl!
Carly Burgess,
10-5. Hit it, Lauren. You gotta go.
Lennon Tyne.
Gotta go, Lauren. Follow it through, Em. Follow it through. Watch the yellow.
Where's this
Lauren.
gonna
Watch
go?
the yellow.
Where's
Spin
this
up.
gonna go?
Go.
And
Right out.
does
Right
it
out.
spill? Sure does.
Good.
But that thrown stone looks like it may be showing a corner on that in-turn side.
Lovely speed control there.
Good throw. You made it work.
See Lauren trying to get this rock to curl using the knifing technique.
A little thicker. We're doing perfect. I can't see all of it.
Oh, more than just a little showing, isn't it?
I just try to sit in front of it. Yeah, I think we need to make something go away.
Don't see a double.
Really straight, eh?
You don't think?
Don't think so. I don't think Rachel can get close enough to the guard. And you always have to remember when you don't have last shot, you can't be playing around with the guard this late in the end. You tick the guard and you're looking at 4 in the last one. I think they're trying to jam it and stay in front of it kind of thing.
Skip stones. Let's see how close they get to this guard now. Here it comes. Well by. Got them both. Oh, yes, she does.
She did get it.
I think it's off, but
I thought the original call was to nose it.
I think that's on.
I think it's off.
Well, one says on, one says off.
Yeah.
Like 14.
Depending on which team you are, I guess.
Hooks off. Yeah.
Just I did that quite a bit thinner. Threw it well.
That's a good shot.
So I'm gonna tell 14 because I think
Looks like it is off.
It does, doesn't it?
Right out into that limb, eh? When you're feeling confident, we're just going right out to the thinnest branch.
So I
Just
thought you were
waiting.
quite wide on your
Yeah,
car.
yeah.
I said sorry 5 times because I thought it was bad, but yeah.
How heavy did it feel? I had a 13.3 on
You
it.
might be able to use it though if you're Team Manitoba here.
Yeah.
Play the come around even if you're sitting a little bit open. That's something that the rock could be jammed on if Rachel tries to remove it.
Now there's something, Russ. We've heard lots of things. I don't think I've ever heard Joan saying, "How does it feel?" I mean, you would think she would know how it feels.
She put it on the button in practice.
Yeah. Yeah, going to the corner, and the players have played more of those. And you really, it's all feel with Jennifer Jones. She doesn't worry about numbers. Whoops. That's gone. Oh.
And it will hang back. So sitting 2, possibly even 3, but all around the edges.
I like that comment from Jennifer. How does it feel? Like sometimes the numbers are dead on, sometimes they aren't. And she's a field player, and she wants to know, is there a little bit of pebble out there? Can you feel it with your broom? You'd know that better than I would, you?
Yeah, and sometimes to the wing, it feels really fast. Like you don't throw it that hard, even though the hog-to-hog time doesn't reflect that. Or on the other side, you feel like you're throwing it really hard for a 14 and a half because it gets across the hog line and just halts.
Yeah, it's good. After you let it go, it's got 25 seconds to travel. Things happen.
Going to take a run at this crosshouse double.
Let go. Like we couldn't get Faces to bend second
These are
down.
shots we've been seeing
It's a
Rachel
bit
make
wider
this
than
week.
hers, so it could come back. Okay.
How are you throwing it?
I think like a thick half. I'll throw it there.
Okay.
final stone for Ontario's Homan. Half a stone. Miscue. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, and just will slide behind.
Brilliant try.
Good throw. Nice try. Not sure it was there. Even as it was rolling, I didn't know if they would knock it out. Yeah. Just don't touch any rocks. They're obviously going to measure them. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. So a draw for two, open draw for two, possibly three, depending on the measure.
Yeah.
It's almost as if it curled away from the rock they were trying to hit.
Yeah.
Because it had to travel so far.
Yeah.
This is what you want if you're Jennifer, a free draw to lock it in.
Was heavy with her first, went to the back 12.
Line's good. Line's good. Running a bit. Line's good.
Carly Burgess left.
It's not curling.
Lauren
It's there. It goes.
Lenentine
Line's good.
right.
Always Lauren. 4-3.
And no problem this time. So has a short two in their pocket.
And then can we measure for 3?
And now they'll ask the on-ice official to bring the stick.
Did exactly what I wanted it to do. Hit it good and roll it up.
It's black.
I don't think it's in, but
You don't know?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
What do you think? Okay.
I'm out on that branch,
Well, it did
ladies.
too, though.
Is it on, not on the black?
No, I didn't think
Oh,
so.
I thought it was. I looked quick, but.
Yeah, it didn't change Jennifer's strategy, so always good to measure these.
Oh, from that angle. Now all the teams do check the rings prior to the start. Here we go.
Seen a lot of rocks farther out than this be in.
Here we go. Oh, and that branch was shaking a little bit, but I'm still safe. Manitoba gets a couple to take the lead. And it's a win for the record books for Jennifer Jones.
I'm the baddest in the building. Ego so big, break the ceiling. Nothing on the best to ever do it. I'm the baddest in the building. I'm the baddest in the building. Ego so big, break the ceiling. Nothing on the best to ever do it. I'm the best to ever do it. I'm the baddest in the building.
Yeah, it's a wonderful career, obviously, and now with the announcement that this will be her final season in the 4-player game. She'll continue to play mixed doubles, but you can see just how 173 to even 95 for Rachel Homan, who has 3 championships of her own. So for the first time in the game, it is Ontario's Rachel Homan that does have last rock. She'll have the Hammer playing the red stones, trying to reply after Manitoba gets a couple. Emily Zacharias throwing the second stones.
Really aggressive play by Team Jones here. They're winning without Hammer throwing 2 guards.
Yeah, Lauren's first center line guard was really high.
And we'll crash on that tighter center guard. Spills them both in.
Yeah, that's sneaky.
And when that first guard is so high, you see it on your screen right there, it doesn't really work as a guard, so kind of have to throw that extra one.
Can you get there?
Felt a little slow to the wing to me this time.
Can you get there? Yeah, it looks tough, but. Sorry, speed felt good?
It felt a little slow to me.
Okay. Just there on my own way?
Yes.
So playing down to that stone at the back edge of the 12, Russ.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The other option for Rachel, they could have thrown the opening, or for Jones, could have thrown the opening rock in.
Yeah, sorry, Kathy, I have to interrupt Russ. He just talks and talks and talks. Here we go. It's after a steal of 2 by New Brunswick. Danielle Inglis and the team from Ottawa.
Well, Melissa made a double on her final stone, but still left another Ontario stone in play. And so this is a draw for 2. She needs about half of her stone in the 12-foot.
And trying to rebound after this morning's loss. She was up 7-0 after 3 ends against Kerry Galusha and ended up losing it. That's better. But struggling with the draw weight, just in the low 60s throughout the event so far.
Smart play here by Team Jones. They're sitting 3rd and 4th shots, so they have to remove some red in hopes of getting their rocks in the 12-foot to count.
Whoa, whoa, close. Yep, yep, yep. Whoa, yes, 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 yes. Follow the red, follow the red. Atta girl.
Oh, you got them both. My goodness, she does. And hangs them on the edge, so sitting 3 without.
That's 2 really nice plays by Emily last end with the double and roll.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's see what Kerry Galusha can do tonight against Kate Cameron, already up by a couple.
Well, for Kate Cameron, she made a really good strategic choice by hitting a second shot stone to leave herself 2 and 3. And when there was not a successful double, it is an open shot for 3.
So Cameron comes in at 2 losses, has dropped the 2 in a row. But again, that's very much part of this playoff picture. Dropping to 3 would really complicate your chances, but if you can hang in at 2, that's the better possibility.
Great freeze attempt there.
Yeah, Emma's last rocks went almost the exact same spots. Just a slight over curl.
We'll get a lot of these really wide inside-out shots.
Clean. Yep. Whoa, whoa. Good.
Oh,
Just hit this one, sorry.
very nice. Just a super pick there, Carly Burgess.
Sorry. You're trying to get the back one too, but whatever. Is that about right? Whatever you think, yeah. Nice. Yeah, whatever.
So
you
after a
think.
little bit of an
Sorry.
iffy start in that first,
Did you get a ton?
looking much sharper now as we play here in 3.
A little extra.
Well, you're busy. Let's go. Randy trying to reply to Scoffin.
Well, Bailey Scoffin faced 2 on her last one. She tried to freeze. She had great weight. It just didn't finish. And so it is an open stone that Clancy Grandy is chasing, an opportunity for 3.
Yep. Whoa, clean.
Looks light. 6, 5. It's really light. Hard.
Clean. Whoa.
To the top one.
Yeah.
5. Hard. Gotta go with 3.
There's your 3.
3.
Hard to get shot.
And
Gotta
Randy,
go
of course, 4 and 1.
Hard right to this. Hard. Good. Yeah.
Good seam.
Oh my God! I did it again. Camouflage.
Feel it out.
Great sweep by Emma and Sarah. They went end to end on that.
No, clean. No, clean.
That's
No.
where you talk about the importance of lead stones here, Russ. If that centerline guard was closer to the rings, you might see Jennifer come around it at some point, but you just can't use it. It's too high.
No, for sure.
Nice shooting, Em.
Yeah,
So far? Yeah.
just down in the first. Just to me, that was like.
What are you thinking?
Well, do we ever hit and roll?
I don't love this.
Roll on top to open up.
Well, there's
I mean,
always
we
so
can
much
get to
pressure on
that.
the ice maker and the crew. Mike Merklinger is the chief tech this week, Kathy.
I like hitting it.
He is, and he's let the teams know that at the conclusion of tonight's draw and practice that happens after, they will be texturing the stones. They are very happy with the amount of curl and what it's doing, but they're clipping a lot of the pebble to get it to where it is, and he'd rather do less. So texturing will let them take back the clip and maintain the conditions through the weekend and the championship final.
Yeah, as the rocks start to calm down, start to lose their grit from the sanding, you have to clip more and more each draw. Once you get to clipping a couple of ounces of melted snow that turns into water when they heat it. It gets flat. It can get very flat. And we watched a couple games where down the middle, late in the game 9th, 10th end, you've got a lot of flat spots. So that prevents that. You can put a much sharper pebble on, not clip as much.
Yeah.
Okay, Carly's run nice.
Okay.
It's a real balancing act.
Yeah, you talk about that balancing act, the Russ, and oftentimes as a player, I heard, they're texturing the rocks. You expect to see this crazy finish the next day, but because they don't clip as much, you actually don't really notice that anything happened.
Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it?
That's kind of the goal of the ice maker, though.
Well, that's phenomenal, isn't it? It's like golf. You want the greens, all 18 greens, to be the same.
Let's go, Jen. You got it.
Good shots being made here.
Yeah, sneaky little roll by Tracy.
Just playing the pick again early?
Yep.
Yep. Slow, please. Yep. Hard. You're good.
Got it again? Sure do.
It's important to leave the 2 in there and try to get the force.
Yeah.
Ran, hey?
I'm going to answer my own question, obviously.
Right there.
You have to play over there, don't you? You said, Joe, that center line guard is basically invisible. So if you are Homan and try to go behind it, it's going to be available, right?
Yeah, my only question is maybe they use the corner guard here.
Yeah,
Russ.
maybe they are. Like, it's almost the right ice for Rachel, but because absolutely.
He's having a hard time locking that freeze on.
Yep. Yeah,
And they've seen that hit so many times, they know exactly where to put the broom, they being Manitoba.
Yeah, they are. They are actually going around that corner. That's the right play.
Yeah, going right.
A little big.
So it was 71%, if I remember correctly, for Jones. And now you've got 56. The 2 top teams in terms of hammer efficiency, scoring 2 or more when you do have last rock. And there's to your point. Forget about the wide wings. Let's just use this and get behind our own. And they get it there just enough.
Nice weight.
Remember in the first end, Rachel's stopped dead. Now, it was her second rock, so assuming she's throwing them in order. It shouldn't be the rock, but that stopped.
It's a perfect spot, though.
It is.
I know. We have a piece on this side.
What?
You have a piece on this side.
I can't chase on that side. There's no way.
Okay, so
I
going
think you
wide,
just try to chase it and just
in
try to
turn.
tap it here.
she won't
Or
take it
draw
on.
around. I think we draw around.
I think the draw.
She
Yeah.
won't hit enough of it, Vic, to shoot it across the whole 12 feet of circles, whereas if she could play her out turn like Rachel just did, you only have to kick it a good foot. But it's perfect, as Joanne said. You can't get at that.
And the other thing, too, is, Joe, I mean, you're going out on ice that you've never played, right? It's so it might be a little frightening out there.
Anytime you can force your opponent into a different line, you might get a half shot out of them.
But isn't it interesting? This is what's fascinating us about the game. They play to those back stones, edge stones on the left, as we see, forever and ever and ever. Now, one good come around, and it could be a deuce.
Yeah, sure wasn't looking like a deuce, was it? Jennifer will have something to say about it. Not only taking about 8 inches more ice, she will have more weight than Rachel, but hers would curl more than Rachel's, too.
Get off for a sec.
Carly's right now.
Carly's
Got a
rock,
curl.
Lauren.
Got a card. You got to go. Hard. Line's
Line.
Boy, they got to get it off that center guard first. Here it goes. Make a note of that break point right there in front of the Scotties.
Okay, forget it.
Yeah,
And forget it.
just wasn't enough ice. Hair light, too, but it with only 8 inches more to
You
get
didn't have to
by,
carve
and you're
it,
following
just
Rachel
didn't want me to
Homan.
jump it.
But look
Sorry.
at this. My goodness.
saying that.
She's looking at a draw for 2 when it looked like she would be just forced to maybe a single.
It's just forcing your opponent into a different path.
Yeah, just didn't need to carve it. That's all.
Early
Just
carve
wanted
on
to
a
jump
draw
it. Yeah.
can put it into a different line and really kill the weight.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's to Glenn Howard's point prior to the game. Knowing every piece of ice.
Yeah, that's just it. And it's all for players. It's no longer the skip. There's so much just stick handling with sweeping now. The brushers can really help or ruin a shot.
Max. Really? Yeah. Really slow slide.
No, it was a big.
Only Jennifer Jones is better. Nothing. They're just out for a walk, Wilkes and Miscue. They got lots of rings, though.
What'd you get? 13.
They got lots of rings here if it finally digs in. But they're running out of rings.
Keep going.
Running out of rings. Oh, dear.
I don't think it's enough.
You know what? I think it's still that one there on the tee line.
This guy for sure,
at
right,
9
Chase?
o'clock.
Yeah.
That's the one to look at. And I think it went that little bit too far. So comfortable out on that branch. Going again.
Yeah, you're going again.
Can I take this one? Yeah.
So they're going to call for the measure. Again, so is this adrenaline or, Joe, is this just a misread and overthrow?
It might be adrenaline, Vic, because when Rachel let it go, sweepers both saw heavy, and she said it was a really slow slide. She might have added on her release. If you throw a big extension on a path that's well worn in, especially on arena ice, they can just glide forever.
Assuming she's throwing the same rocks in order, that it maybe spooked her in the first end. That one that came up really light, it ground on her, so maybe she decided to be a little more positive.
If I know Rachel, I think she would have switched that rock.
Yeah.
Yep. You don't need your skip questioning rock. She would have passed it to someone else.
She might have to switch another one.
Four and a half, it looks like, from Ontario. Here we go. 1 or 2. Oh, it is going to be 2. I'm looking for a soft landing. Down we go. 2 it is.
Rachel Homan. Get it through. Feather them.
Unbelievable.
What a shot.
They were champions a year ago. They're champions again. In a 6-6 tuck, in an extra end. Courtney Weagle, you got to run this back and catch it. Run it back. Got it for a third Canadian championship. Rachel Homan.
This has been a long time coming, making the walk of champions down the ice at a Women's Worlds.
Well, it's the longevity of the career of Jones, right? And look at the wins. Advantage head-to-head, but it's Jones everywhere else, from finals to titles to world championships. I think you made a really good point when we came on the air, Joe, about the fact that this goes back to that first title in 13, and the rivalry has just continued.
Go ahead, yep.
It's always in for a treat when you see these teams play.
Line's great, go. Let down. Hard, line's really good.
A lot of respect for each other.
Hold the line always.
Always lots of rocks in play.
Okay, whoa. Okay, good.
So the measure leads to 2.
Which turn are you seeing?
And a 3-2 lead for Homan.
A little unsettling for Rachel, though. She missed a come around in the first end, and I think she threw it well. They just guessed wrong. It kind of died on her. That one was self-inflicted. And as you would know, Joe, if you can sweep it 6-8 feet, you probably farther. That was 18 feet heavy.
Yeah, the skip's never aiming for exactly on the tee line by themselves. They always want to use their sweepers.
Roll it, Lauren. Hard.
Oh, and we'll
That's better.
kick it on the way by and then leave the shooter there. That's a little different strategy. After they gave up that steal of 1, Jones actually said to, we were eavesdropping, maybe I should have had Zacharias Emily peel the guard. And she attempted to do it there, trying to stay out of trouble. But we'll leave the guard right there. Well, learning a lesson from that first. I heard a little bit of a
Curl.
It's a little outward motion.
Oh, got it.
Nice shot.
Good shot. You guys like that? Yeah. Board.
2-2 tie. Kathy.
Well, and this, yeah, it's a mess. I know, Vic. Danielle Inglis, that's her guard. She decided that she would protect and just give Melissa Adam one or a chance to get to one. But this is the attempt of the double run. So she's going to run back Danielle's guard onto her guard into the stones in the house, trying to score 3.
The team from the Capital Winter Club in Fredericton. Look this, look this. Oh, goodness. To pick up 3.
Great shot.
For a team that doesn't have a lot of offense, gets 5 points in the first 3. She's managed only 3 points in each of her last 2 games.
It's a broken record, but the Eastern teams seem to get better as the events go along.
I think back 8. I think it'll slow down. Okay. We haven't seen this, so I think you 14 and a half. Air on a hair extra.
Emily Zacharias has made some outstanding doubles today, but a little overthrow, a little wide on her last. Just chiseled the Ontario Rock top 8.
Yeah, line. 7. Yeah, line. 7. Hard. 8. Whoa. Hi, Sarah. Yeah. 8. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah. 9. 8. We're on the top. Hard.
Oh, dear.
Get them all, Cart.
No.
Well, maybe not.
Did it roll flat enough, do you think, or
Did you
not?
just try to get low here?
Well, you can.
Can you throw
I think you can get by.
no?
Yeah, you can get by the yellow
Okay.
to get the
As low as
back
you
double, but I
can.
don't think you'd get the right hand red. Joanne.
Yeah, your shooter's rolling right behind cover, though. That's the good
Yeah.
thing for Team Jones.
Got to commit here. You got to play this pretty tight, other than jamming it.
No, Lauren. Gotta go. Hard. Hard.
Jam the red one buried.
Valentine. No one stuffed it. Absolutely stuffed it.
Through the hole. Okay. Yep.
Like we could tap this in line 3, but I don't love it. Yeah, it's just to kind of leave like just off nose. Yeah, feel like this tree's normal.
Okay, you see it, you think about it, but you don't love it. What would be wrong, Joe, in tapping that red stone center line back?
It's respect for their opponent. You leave that yellow at the top of the rings. It's promotable for Team Jones to start generating their 2. Eliminate it from play. Force is looking pretty good.
Yeah, and this way you've got them always.
I don't think you could ever stay
Homan's
on
got
it.
Jones chasing.
Yeah, that's just it. The buried rock, why ruin it? It's already good.
So that 3 by New Brunswick has them up. Cameron's up by 1, trying to keep herself alive at 2 losses. And Scoffin replied with a single, trails BC 3-2. That's the big game, too. Kathy's keeping an eye on with Clancy Grandy out of Vancouver, sitting at 4-1.
Gotta go. Hard. Gotta go. Gotta go. Okay. Okay.
Just got to tighten the ice up a bit for Carly's there. Either she's popping them a bit or her heavy or just too much ice. Just a shade on the high side.
Okay.
On the flip side, look at Rachel's ice control weights. That's just a lightweight takeout. The broom is on the rock.
Looks like they
Throws
were
it
pretty
straight,
wide and got
uses
it
the
going,
sweepers.
though. Okay, I'll keep it there. What weight are you doing? Control. Okay.
Nose hit will leave a double, so you got to roll a bit.
Little bit. Wait,
So a little up, says Emma Miscue.
curl. Keep going, Em. Hard. Curl.
And was able to hold it.
9-7.
Around everything, but I don't know what else
This
to
doesn't
do.
catch the
so
curl
yeah,
until, like, the
here
last
with firm
minute.
Okay.
on the third.
Yeah.
Is there enough there to jump over and get him?
There is, but I'm going to hesitate because I don't think Jennifer's going to throw it as hard as Rachel would, so I'm not sure she can make the double, but if you can be buried.
Yeah, just needs to push it out of the 8-foot, just get shot behind cover.
I like this.
Yeah.
Let's make it. You got it done.
It's tough to draw in there.
Oh, yeah.
She thought about it, though, didn't she?
Yep, but then you're leaving Rachel home in a short run.
Queen. Whoa. Queen. Queen.
Jones first, a little bit of a grimace as if she didn't like it. Lenentine. Oh, there's that kick. Boy. Oh, she kicked it into behind the corner and leaves her stone still exposed on that intern side.
Do you have a piece of it?
Shoot. What?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, piece.
Yeah.
There's not too many good places to go without the double.
She has the thin half of this red.
I think that's easier to place than to chase here. If we could go here, that'd be awesome. But
Well, even around it, if we go back 8 is good.
Does the chase not look good?
It just doesn't look super
don't
easy
have
with
a
how
ton of it,
straight
it's
it's
not
running.
curling.
Like even like this is good. That's really flat.
Yeah. I think that's pretty auto.
This?
There's a thin half of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that's a
anywhere-
thin half to get that. I think we have
I just
to
want to
go.
outcount this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Even.
Top
even
8.
like, just
Yeah.
Just
But we
and
gotta
then
get
if
it
it's
there. So
running-
if it's running, you gotta
Yeah,
go all
okay.
the way.
Yeah. Okay, you got it.
There's Rachel's point is coming down this way. That's bad.
she threw in
That's
this way
bad.
was up to
That's
speed.
bad.
Yeah. Like, I think
It's
this is
it's
better
tricky.
than-
So
I
you
say, yeah.
that would be a good spot, but it's really hard to get there with the yellow guard. That would be a good spot, but they don't know the speed. It's one of those. It's like
For top
I think they settled on top 8.
I like that.
Yeah, it
This'll
owns
be up-
just beside it, right?
Yeah, this will be up to the sweepers, though. If they think it's top 4, they got to decide early and drag it to the back 8-foot, make that double as hard as they can.
The key is to sit the 2.
absolutely you have to be at least full 8.
Little light. Light good. Little light.
Looks all there.
You got
Folks.
it. Light, light green.
Motioning down.
You have room. Light.
Tons of room.
Lots of room.
Yeah, line a
Gotta
little.
be full 8 curl.
Just top 8.
Curl.
Top
A little
8.
heavy.
Curl.
Gotta finish it.
It's got to sit.
Sit down.
And
spot.
finally does.
Very nice.
I don't think I got enough of that.
Good
shot,
shot.
Rach. Good spot.
Really good rebound from that shot she almost
How much
missed
do I
last
have
time,
in
the free
yellow?
draw.
Probably a third.
Okay. Like just the draw.
I don't mind it. Yeah. Yep.
What's your jab on that
What
one?
do you like, Joanne? You've got the draw, you've got the red
Worth
tap,
4.
you've got the yellow tap.
And it didn't
I think I like the draw. Any world-class skip, you expect them to make a draw to full 4-foot.
Just 50% on her 5 draws so far.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have enough.
I don't know. Yeah.
You only
There's not enough on the tap, huh?
I think this is the shot. Yeah, draw.
The,
You need
no,
full
the
4.
tap's there.
Yeah.
It's just
Would you have
it's a
on
real
hers?
line
4-6.
problem. This is less line problem.
I've got more
If it was for
ice.
2, I like the tap, but
Should be close, yeah.
And enough room despite the fact just because of where those stones are to get through and to make the draw.
Well, you're right, Vic. The corner guard, and I say less line problem than the angle tap. There's not a pile of room because there's
No,
quite a bit of curl.
They're
past this
likely
corner.
going to be on that corner for a long time.
Absolutely.
Final stone.
Good.
Draw against
Line's
2.
good.
Nothing
Close
yet.
line, yeah.
Here we go now. Lenentine.
Hard.
All for the line. Now Burgess. See, look at how long they had to wait to break off that. Now, if you got it there, you got to get it full 4. Here we go. Get it full 4. Rub, roll. Oh, you got it. Oh, great judge for that front end. That was all over the guard. And finally, when it broke, that's when they picked it up. That's when they got the hit and roll for a single. Well, it's been everything we expected so far. We welcome you back on this Tuesday evening. The Scotties Tournament of Hearts, the Canadian Women's Curling Championship, and the two teams top of Pool B, both at 4-0. Homan and Jones battling. We're tied at 3. We go to 5 here at the Wynn Sport Event Center, and it is Rachel Homan who will have the last rock, has the hammer, playing the red stones. Center line guard went up, around went Homan, and then trying to play down to it to the corner. And coming up just a little light is Lauren Lenenthal.
Pretty good spot though there. Team Homan's going to try to get inside. That's going to be very difficult.
Curl.
Better chance of jamming this than getting to the inside.
Hard.
Miscue. Oh, they got to get by that one first. And they can't.
Well, they might save this one. Should twist in there.
Yeah. Time to put a ring on it. There it is.
What a great audible.
Yeah. 10. Good. Good.
Emily Zacharias.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Roll it, Car. Yep. Roll it. Whoa.
And will it hang?
Good. No, not
And
quite.
sure does. It's really close for
Just 9-2.
second shot.
I think it hung on.
Oh, for sure it did.
I mean, for 2.
Oh, you think? Okay.
I think so.
We stick around for a second. Are we second?
Yep.
Good.
I cut mine there and it came back.
Okay.
Little heavy. Clean it.
Little
Clean.
solid.
Yep. Hard.
Yeah, you really gotta go.
Hard. You gotta go to stay hard.
Sarah, go.
Oh, you got to hang around, and yes, she will.
Okay, let's get him.
4 games played, 2 of them in the 90s for Emma Miscue.
Snows it. I don't mind that weight, like 9.5.
Okay.
You got it. Let's go.
Chance to bring the play to the middle here, make a nice roll.
Lauren.
Nice.
Go straight. Clean. It's heavy. Clean. Straight. Good. You're good.
They try to hold it up, Burgess,
Lauren,
and
clear.
they will, but no roll.
Mine, weight was good.
Okay.
I think it might be us, but I don't trust it.
It looks like them on
Quick
the
check
over.
around
Yeah,
the
it's
edge.
okay, so-
I think it's
is
them.
it? Yeah. I took it.
Jones thinks it's her, and she's not sure.
Like this?
Okay.
Just bite the 8. Or do you want to try that and get that later?
Whatever you like, Rage.
I don't mind the hit and roll.
What do you like?
My first thought was the hit and roll.
What do you guys
yeah,
like?
me too, but I don't mind the come around either. What do you like, Anne?
Doesn't matter. Either one.
I was just thinking hit and roll.
Whatever you're seeing.
I don't hate that.
Okay.
I feel like I might roll a little deep, so I don't mind. Yeah.
Is this the more aggressive call, Joe, to go around rather than playing the hit and roll?
But ideally, just
Yeah, the problem with the hit and roll, though, is if it's made
The spot's still
and
good.
Manitoba makes the freeze, all of a sudden the rings
Hair
are
more than I threw coming
shutting
this
down
way.
very quickly this end.
I mean, the hit and roll is what, is it going to stop on that button, Russ, or if it slides too far, now it's deep and they come on top?
Exactly. If it's going to be buried, it would be too deep. If I was playing the hit and roll, I'd roll even farther, get it closer to that yellow one, maybe make a double at some point.
Room. You might have to switch.
Rachel acknowledged it's 2.
We're just a 5.
cross center.
Gotta go for weight.
Cross center.
Gotta go for weight.
Joanne, I got a question.
Finish it.
Got to get this there.
Go. Yep. Go.
Oh, and they do, and they sink it right underneath.
Good feet.
Very nice
Good shot,
stone.
Em.
I don't think I see Rachel playing that strategy decision 5, 6, 7 years ago. But she's drawing so well now. She's ready to mix it up.
Yeah.
Normally she'd hit her way out of this mess.
Yeah, and especially with Tracy at third now.
Yeah. So just kind of
Playing
leave it
to
up.
Tracy's strengths, absolutely.
True.
You want to stop full back 8 is the ideal spot.
What did you guys have on that one?
5-4.
Okay, so it's like a 4.5.
4.5 to tee.
Yeah.
Came up a little bit short though, Rust.
Yeah.
You got it.
Use this as a guard. Come all the way around, back 4, back 8.
I was worried about oversweeping high.
The other thing too is
And then-
straight draw. Really, it's hidden, but now you still can't use it.
That's you can't really raise it, can you?
Yeah. We're close.
Back
Well, I thought it
In
was
one of
heavy.
those games that both teams have forced each other to put rocks in really good spots.
Running like it's heavy.
We're close. Trying.
It's M's rock.
Let it sit. It's got to sit. No, it's got to sit. No. Sit.
Okay, Car. Great
Dear,
try.
you know. It makes the game interesting. Look at if everything shot was perfect, but they both traded their mistakes through the first 4.
Yeah, and sweepers were fooled on that one too, so maybe Emma's might have been a bit of a mystery to them, because you heard Sarah say, I thought we might have been there on our own, and it came down.
Kathy?
Well, Vic, remember when we talked to Glenn Howard, one of the things that he said to us is that he was hoping that their edge to move up was to be more precise with draws, and that their tolerance was going to be heavier because they've been light all the time, and tonight they seem to have a case of the heavies
sure do.
more than the lights.
Yeah. Look out. Now where are you going?
She called it. I didn't. Yeah.
A lot of weight on that, even though it would have been worse if it was lighter.
That side's curling.
Yeah.
Yeah, give us a couple feet left.
Frozen's okay.
Yep.
Line's good.
Carly Burgess.
Bit of room. Room. Back four. Back four.
Gotta go.
The Nova Scotia
Right
native.
line.
What a couple of
guys.
Canadian juniors while she was
Hard,
down
guys.
there
Curl.
playing for the Blue Nosers.
Hard.
Oh, you get this around a bit and not quite.
Really nice weights, just didn't get the curl.
If Tracy can make a soft weight double here or roll over towards that other yellow, you might be able to bring in that nibbler.
If you roll out, that's okay. Okay.
That's interesting. If you roll out, that's okay.
Yeah, I think they meant away from the center line, not out of play.
Emma's always talking tolerance in the hack, though.
Yeah.
A small roll away leaves the opportunity to roll under this double guard scenario.
Yes.
So
Help this over now if she can.
Really gotta
Sarah
go.
Wilkes, you got to go. You got to go, and you did just enough.
Heavy,
So
yeah.
Wilkes cuts it over.
You think like you want to be back for.
Yeah, I like
Well,
that.
Jennifer Jones came up with a key shot. This, again, that's the guard up there on the left-hand side. That's the one. It was on that forever.
Yeah, that makes it so much tougher. This literally, I'm right behind that particular shot. That's on the guard about 6 feet before the hog line. And it's difficult to brush it early. They almost waited too long because of that.
It came down a bit, eh?
And for a single, and that key shot brought to you by BKT Tires growing together. The other thing you mentioned, Joe, was the weight was good enough. Any lighter, it doesn't get the roll for the single. But she had the right weight too, so that geared off.
yeah, if she would have been top 8 sweeping weight, I think that would have curled more and might have been a potential steal. Chance here to make another good draw.
Line's good.
Sloppy end, isn't it?
Line's good.
Tracy was a little light,
Wait only,
Carly a
guys.
little heavy. Tracy
Line's
rolled
good.
out.
Only.
Still lots of room.
Line's good. Line's good. It's got a curl.
Line's good. Guard's gonna finish.
Both teams having a hard time with this draw placement.
Hard, you gotta go. Hard, you gotta go. Hard, you gotta go. Push, 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 push. All the way.
Hard, you gotta go.
Good. Good sweep.
Great spot.
Underneath, back of the tee line. Hang on, back button.
That moves so much at the end. Like that's almost fully buried around a rock top 8 foot.
Beautiful. Good judgment all the way down, too. If you could ever tap, they're not going to drive it. If you could ever tap that out roll, then you'd have a double for
top button's really
a couple,
good.
but now you got to do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, I can't throw it that hard.
I got a 14-3 on hers.
Yeah, so 14 and a half, high 14 to tee. Yeah. Do you like that?
Do you like a foot more than that?
Yeah. I think that's the weight.
That'll be all there.
Yeah.
It'd almost be better not to freeze this, because if you go right back and freeze it, the pinhole is still available, and you know where Jennifer's going to put it.
Yeah, they're calling top button here.
Yeah, okay.
But it would almost be better to freeze than be light.
Oh, for sure.
Jones and her first has the last rock. Oh boy, big carry. Wilkes, miscue, big carry.
Gotta go, guys. Play.
Hard, you gotta go.
And not there at all.
Okay. I thought I threw it perfect. About 6-7 out of the hand.
Yeah, anywhere.
Boy, does that change things.
You want to try to
Just
get it
bite
if you can,
or
top
full
button,
button.
but- So we're resuming.
And with that rock ending up just across the center, it's a stagger on those two reds at the front of the house, so can't even use it to promote it.
Similar.
Virtually nothing on the wide intern either. So just sink this. Rachel's going to have to come off that corner yellow at 100 miles an hour.
I thought I threw really well. They loved it out of my hand.
Do you want my one?
Sure. Okay. Should get in there. Yeah, Jen. Go, Jen. Let's make it.
Same speeds, close.
Yep. Yeah, I like it.
Well, her lowest numbers of the event so far. Always in the 80s in her previous 4.
Line's good.
Got a bit heavy.
Line's good.
Leaving
Line's
this,
good.
where you
Line's
leave this,
good.
Ross, is critical too, right?
Yeah, it's certainly short. If
running.
anything behind the tee line, which this just might be, it just lets
Hard.
Homan off the hook.
Carly. Hard.
Wow.
And she will. So that's those numbers
Okay, Jen.
tell a little story we saw. So you get another chance.
That
Do you
forefoot's
think
like
that much heavier out of my hand?
kryptonite.
It's just puzzling because she
Sorry,
came
guys.
around on her
Okay.
first, so you have to wonder if it's the rocks or just a little wider
that much
path or
heavier.
just thrower error, because that can happen too.
There's 4 draws out of 5 down
Like
there
the
that
same.
missed the forefoot.
A hair more.
Okay.
Similar though.
This is tricky too.
This will be a different
I thought
line
that
than her
ran a little
first.
bit
She'll
better.
have to go out a little bit wider.
It did, yeah. I thought that was a little bit faster.
Her first stone, right? Just makes her forces her to go
Sorry.
wider. That's the center line stone top 12.
My guess is Rachel got into the slower stuff earlier than Jennifer did, and that just changes everything. It's that slide path that we talk about all the time. Rachel goes wider here. She can probably throw the same weight she just threw.
Right now it is Jones hitting the 1. Back 4.
Line's good. Little heavy. Okay.
No line.
That's how good they've been.
Line's good.
But right now in danger of giving up their first steal.
Curl then.
It's really close.
Put it on the tee. Line's good.
Curl.
Oh,
You can curl it.
whoa, just I stop. Oh,
And they won't give up a steal here either. Wonderful. But again, Jones had the chance to close the door. Left it open. Homan walks through for 1. We're halfway through.
The 2024 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. By Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue. And by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada.
The Homan team huddling with Coach Don Bartlett. A couple of Ryers, of course, I remember back in the 90s with Kevin Martin. Check the numbers after 5, and scoreboard says 4-3 Homan. But some of those numbers there for Rachel, or for Jennifer rather, not very good right now.
Yeah, it was the draw that saved Jen in the fourth end. Beautiful draw of the button to get her one. Otherwise, it's a steal for Team Homan. But just a struggle in that fifth end on both sides. That steal in the first end was big to set the tone.
Numbers after 5 are brought to you by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. Jones and their coach, Glenn Howard. Well, there's night skiing. There's the tubing, of course. Look at a little bit of a mogul run there on the left-hand side. This is all part of Canada Olympic Park. And it really is one of the most visible legacies of the '88 Winter Games. And we're just off in the distance there. That's the lights of the Wind Sport Event Center. And if you go further that way, up to the top of the screen, you're on your way to Banff. All right, Kathy, get us caught up on what's happened so far, please.
Well, Russ, you always talk about New Brunswick and the Eastern teams, but the comfort now is certainly there. And for Danielle Ingles with that double run back that Melissa made, she's thinking it is one of those days. The middle order strength for Team Cameron, they are struggling, being outshot 20 to 35% against an always tough Kerry Galusha team. We know what's happening on our sheet, and Scoffin, well, she's in tough. Grandy is applying a lot of pressure.
On this Tuesday night, all these games are Pool B. The only team not playing is Nova Scotia, and that's Heather Smith out of the Halifax Curling Club, currently sitting at 2-3. 9 teams, 2 pools, 8-game round robin, top 3 advance. So this is a big one. Obviously, both teams undefeated. A win gives you that advantage of head-to-head. As we said yesterday, I think, Russ, a win against this team or whomever is really 2 wins in 1, because you get the tiebreak as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So whoever loses this game has to catch up by 2 with very few games left. So you're absolutely right.
Make a note of that, Joe. I was right.
Absolutely.
Wait on
We have a tally at the end of the event.
Poppy!
It's at 1.
A little bit, yep.
That's right.
Line on me! Line's
It's a very short event for me now, isn't it?
Yep.
I think it's the race to dial in draw weight this game. Whichever team can find the ballpark, find that top ring weight, that'll be the team that comes out on top.
Same play, just about every end. Whoever's got last rock advantage throws up the corner, goes around instantaneously. It's a really good move because it gives you more time to clean up the front, and why not have the same player through the corner guard throw the come around?
All right, in saying that, then if it's the same old, Joe, what else could you do? What else would you do if you're Jones? When that center goes up, you go corner, they go around, you go behind the corner, now they're going in. What else could you do if you're Jones?
Don't necessarily have to use your corner. They could have come around and frozen on the second one on the Homan stone that's at the top of the 4-foot now.
Okay. And what does that do, Russ, if you decide to ignore your corner and go in behind first? What does that do?
Well, there's nothing wrong with going. You see that play a lot too. I just haven't seen it in this game. Going around first, it's obviously good and bad. You get it buried, you're putting pressure on the other guy, but it depends where it is. And the team without hammer loves playing down the middle. So what Jennifer's trying to do is get the play to the corners.
Yeah, and sometimes you throw up that corner. If you go around the middle on the lead second, you never see that play ever get back to the corner.
Kind of fight to get it by here, Joe. Here we go. And they'll stuff it and roll it over and get closer, but they're not in behind their corner.
Nice, Sam.
Sweepers did well to get that by, just over curled a little bit. Wanted to roll lower in the house. Double available here for Emma Miskew.
It's pretty thin though, isn't it? Get a good half of this, you're not making the double.
Wilkes. Hold it up, hold it up, hold it up, hold it up. You can't. And they'll crash on that guard.
That's a tough shot. A quarter rock double. Can't be wide there and blow by everything.
Mm-hmm.
Try to nose that.
Yeah. I have half.
Same weight.
Yeah.
Got it, Em.
Fortunately for Team Jones, has to roll towards the other two a little bit. Probably a lot.
Might be able to get to nose
You think?
with
Curl.
the finish at the end here.
Really hard. Move it. Get it close to the line. Really hard.
Burgess.
Hard. Hard, Lauren. Got to follow it.
And not. Look at
Straight
that.
out.
May not even push it out.
Okay.
Are you surprised at the weight?
Okay.
I thought they were going to play something quieter, Joe. Tap it.
I was, yeah, and especially when you throw a little bit less weight on those taps, that carve you saw Carly Burgess doing is more effective. There's more time for that brush to heat up the outside edge of the stone.
Like that. Oh, she's wondering about the other.
Which one do you like?
Well, I like the in because you can roll.
I think the intern. Intern? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or do you like the pocket?
I just would hate to like.
I think the intern. Okay, we're rolling out for sure, eh? Yeah.
Well, you got to
We're
catch it
rolling
there.
out
Is there any
on
chance
goal.
you
I
can
think
use that?
he's rolling out.
Sorry, on the far side?
Yeah.
Well, that's your own rock, though. So.
No, I realize, but she thinks she's going to roll out.
Yeah, right. And it might either roll out or crash into that one and knock it out. I'm really surprised at this. I thought they just nose it. What's Jones going to do?
No. Curl for a piece.
Boy, she gave it a good
Get it
pitch.
moving,
Gave it a
Get it
really good
moving,
pitch.
Keep going, you gotta go.
You going to be able to
Go.
catch it up? Oh, well, enough she did. Great brush, helping it over.
That's what Emma was worried about, wasn't it? It almost missed everything. Great throws, right?
Good sweep.
Good.
Good sweeping.
Just an incredible shot maker, Tracy Fleury.
Nice shot.
91% for the week.
Yeah. Line's okay.
Liked it.
Get it around, Lauren.
Toppy, wanna
Line's
go?
good.
Little bit for
Top
line.
four.
Wanna
Line's
go?
good.
Line.
Top four.
So lots of curl on Jen's
All right,
draw
guys,
for
you
one
gotta
here.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Doesn't need to curl. Keep going.
Hard, guys.
Keep
Go,
going.
go,
Keep
go, go,
going.
go.
Keep going. Keep going. Good spot.
Oh, very nice. Right in behind. Look at that. Maybe just a little slight over curl showing on that intern side.
Really good spot, though.
It's the depth that's perfect there.
Yep.
Russ, any lighter, Homan's probably coming around. Any deeper, they can freeze.
It's not gonna
If
curl.
anything, a hair low is okay.
Just maybe a quarter rock max.
Well, earlier today, we mentioned Carrie Galusha with that record comeback, playing spoiler, trying to keep herself alive. Kay Cameron at 2 losses.
And we believe, we being me,
Yeah.
that stone that is on the outside is in, and so Kate has had 2 stones spread out most of the end. Joanne Rizzo hit on her final stone. Kate is trying to stick, and then they'll take a look at the outside one.
Yeah, I think you're right from my vantage point here. I
Yeah,
think
but you're over, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. I've already crashed and burned. That's one for sure, and I think it's definitely 2.
They've agreed.
They are.
2
so
it is.
2 it is for Cameron.
Not my cleanest work. Sorry.
Trying to snap a 2-game.
I'm like, well, I'm fighting that one. I'm
Losing
like, gradually
streak.
trying to get it back out there. Good. What's up?
Mentioned, she said it's been a real
Yeah,
eye opener after playing 3rd for so many years to go back to skipping.
That's there. That's
Rude. Take it up. Em, stay up. For T.
Gotta curl a bit. Line's good. Gotta curl a bit.
It's gotta go.
Gotta curl.
Looking for the freeze
Gotta be
here.
back to it.
Back to
Gotta
it.
be
Come on,
back
Em.
to
Come
it.
on, faster. Go, 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 go. Faster, faster,
Zacharias,
faster, faster.
Lenentine.
Go, 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 go.
Oh, got everything they could out of it, but they don't get there.
Get it
The
thin
back.
to not jam. Yeah.
I gotta make contact here.
Wrong person to give this shot to, but it is a little thinner than they'd like. You couldn't roll across, hit the north side of the rock, was just thrown and jam it.
In half?
No, quarter.
Quarter?
I gotta make contact too, so probably have to sweep it.
You never want to give away the rock on this. Like go hitting a piece and hope your sweepers can hold it.
Yeah. Tracy's, I think it's just a release thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
How are you going to throw it?
Straight through. We got to make contact here first.
All right, we've heard that for years, and now you're with us.
Should come up a hair.
You always ask.
Yeah.
How are you throwing it? In this case, she says straight through. What does she mean?
It just means no back motion at all. Just let it go right on the line. It'll come up a little bit.
Skip Stones. Homan's first. They thought they're going to need a little brush. He got it. Oh, look out. Yeah, you knew that.
Yeah.
Was a possibility.
Yeah, that wasn't far off being real good.
Good throw, Rach.
Okay, so in hindsight, Joe,
Good try.
knowing that this is the possibility, could you have played something else?
No, I think I like that call. Manitoba sitting 2. I don't really think you had an option there. Be pretty risky to play a freeze or something like that, forcing the issue. You give up 2 here. You're only down 1 in the 7th.
The only other thing I could think of was just hit and roll on top, make them make a play. But that would have to be precise also.
BC at 4-1, and can you get here to push this through and get possibly 4?
You sure can. Bailey's been facing a pile of rocks. She hit and rolled out against 2 on her first one, and that stone that is the target for Clancy Grandy was her corner freeze. Great weight, just didn't finish. She can see edge to edge from the hack.
Very much part of the picture here in this B pool. Oh, goodness gracious.
Edge to edge, and she rolls in.
Lindsay Dubé and Sarah Loken on the brush.
Good sweep.
When you made the shot, you're still shaking your head. That had to
Really
be tight.
Good sweeps, guys.
Wow,
Yeah, good
there was
sweeps.
no room.
It's just, that's the difference. Like, I was just not quite back to the outside edge.
And she
It
pops
just
her
makes
first
such a big
4
difference, yeah.
of the event.
Up normal?
Yeah. Okay.
How do you think this will run?
We'll have a chance to curl, I think.
Okay. Up normal?
Yep, hard. Really
Yep.
gotta go. Hard him.
Hard!
One more time for miscue. Oh, goodness gracious. Hold it on.
Boy.
And they'll lose it at the back.
I'm thinking
Probably take that same path, eh?
I like that.
Bit more ice.
Okay.
This is more ice. So you know what? Give me the outturn draw. We've thrown that lots. Yep.
Oh, okay.
4.5.
I like this call, Russ. They talked about taking the same line as her first, but this is a draw to paint. And if the sweepers can show Jennifer Jones the tee line here, that's a great reference draw moving into the second half of this game.
Wouldn't you always, though, Russ? You know, you watch. Why would you play away from the center line towards the edges? Why wouldn't you always come into the house?
The only reason,
towards the center.
Yeah, you're right. The only reason you'd play to the corner, she just did it. So she's got the field, and the brushers maybe more importantly know that path. But the ice is so good. This is the right call, as Joanne says. It gives you a little reference coming down the road.
And
here.
the other thing may be she prefers the outturn. This is her 10th draw, and this is her 9th with the out.
Interesting.
It's good.
Create.
There we go. That'll be good for 2.
Nice.
Back and forth we go.
Nice. Yeah. You have to get on that. Create.
Every year we sign on, together as a team, and we say our #1 goal is to get to the Scotties, and this is our main goal. It always has been. Everything else is kind of a bonus, and we're super excited, and we obviously strive to be the best.
They're really good at the finesse game. I think every year at the Scotties, she just plays unreal. So definitely looking forward to that game and having a close game from them, and probably learning a thing or two from them as well.
So Kathy and Joe, Brian will have it for you. Can Krista McCarville remain at 2 losses, keep herself in the mix, and hand Selena Sturmey a first loss? 10:30 Eastern Time tomorrow. The McCarville team, of course, with the addition of Andrea Kelly have gone now to a little rotation in that lead second positions, and there's some thought that that is, you know, something that they still have to work through. First year doing it with the addition of Kelly. There's how close it is in Pool A. Anderson will be off tomorrow morning. St. George, McCarville. You got to try to stay there. Those other people at 3, but you love to come back. And then if that's the case, you go to head-to-head. So it really appears to be a battle between Sturmey and Anderson for first. On this Tuesday night here in Calgary, Winsport Event Center, Canada Olympic Park. And our feature has been everything that we expected. We've seen some good shots, we've seen some missed shots, and at the moment it's a 5-4 lead Manitoba Jones. And it is Rachel Homan with Last Rock playing the Redstones here in 7.
Like it's okay. 8, 7, coming down.
We were talking about how the mystery on draw weight in the 5th end. Carly Burgess made an absolute perfect come around in the 6th, and that's ultimately what set up the 2 for Team Jones.
I'm seeing 9.5. Yeah. Do you like the out or the in?
Sing the out. Yeah, okay, the out. Really good. You got it, Let's go. What did you get?
Trying to play spoiler. Here's Melissa Adams out of the Capitol in Fredericton, Kathy.
Well, Ontario's grouped their stones, and Melissa's trying to come through the port, get to the nose of the top one, make the double, chance for 3.
Yeah. Whoa.
Third appearance for Adams, a former Canadian and World Junior champion. New Brunswick with 1 Canadian Women's Championship. It was way back there. 83. Mabel DeWare, I think, went on to become the Lieutenant Governor, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you're right. That's twice he's been right.
In one game, that's, yeah.
I know they wanted a big roll there, Team Jones, but they have to hang around. That has to be the audible there. You hit it thick, you might even be behind the center guard, which creates a bit of a nuisance. But you can't allow Homan to keep splitting the rings. As you've only got 4 yellow left here to make a double.
Yeah, sometimes you get caught. You're trying to make the big shot right away, but you can actually inch your way over there.
Yes.
Hit and rolls are hard. You roll a little bit to the middle of the sheet, and maybe Homan misses one, doesn't quite get the roll back away, or maybe they roll out.
Now Team Homan's put it in a better spot.
Carly Burgess.
Yes. Hard. Hard on the roll.
No, it's just on the nose. Okay.
And on the nose
card.
it is.
That's quiet.
That's a 9-8.
Yeah. Which way do you like coming? Either one.
We know the end. It's
Yeah.
the curl, right?
Yeah. We can.
These simple ends are quite interesting to me because a couple more nose hits and they'll be across the sheet double.
You got it.
But if Ontario decides to roll deeper, they're rolling towards the back of the forefoot, and that could be a disaster also. So at this point in time, dead on's fine.
And ultimately, you can't take everything away. If you make a great shot, you can't really help that.
You gotta go. Hard. Good feet. Okay. Good. That's a 9.
Same weight.
A 9?
No, like you're not 9-8.
Yeah.
So,
let's go, Car. You got it.
Tracy's intern, if anything's on the thin side on whether it's the broom position or the way she's throwing it. Just made it, but
Catching a bit more curl consistently.
probably a little different intern than Rachel's.
I would assume so, and I don't think she made a bunch of changes coming on the team. I think that's one of the things that's helped her stay so strong.
Yeah.
Didn't go and reinvent the wheel.
hard, roll it.
No. Okay, good try, Car.
Doesn't quite get there.
Now you almost have to roll right,
Tough one, Em.
or there will be a double.
You like the same way?
And to your point, Russ, that's the beauty of sticking in the house.
Yeah.
Now you're forcing precision
Absolutely.
out of the opposition.
It's amazing. It sounds simple, but it's you'll see teams roll out and go, oh, no big deal. And yeah, it's a big deal. Dead on the nose here. There's probably a double if Jennifer takes it on.
Whoa. It's good. Light. Down normal. No. Off. Off. You gotta stick around first. Curl. Close. Close. Yep. Hard. Yep. Really hard. Hard. Anything. Go.
Very nice.
Nice, Tracy. Yeah. Nice shot.
Maybe have a double?
Yeah.
Okay. So here. Okay. So what did I
Carrie
give you?
Galusha down by a couple last rock and has a chance for a couple here. It'll be Joanne Rizzo throwing the fourth stones for the team from Yellowknife.
Joanne drew in on her first stone and made it a very difficult double for Kate Cameron. She got one but did not get both. And that is why this opportunity presents itself. Needs a bite of the 8-foot for 2.
And we saw Sherry Madaw, who is here with her husband and watching their daughter throwing lead stones for Quebec. Rizzo, Madaw, 17. What was it? No, it was the 14 trials.
Yes.
13 trials to go to 14 in Sochi. They lost the final to Jennifer Jones.
Hit those rocks over good.
And perfect on her draws.
Had 2 draws in the 6th one.
You know, it's you often hear somebody say, you never know if you're ever going to get that chance again. And Madaw, Rizzo, they never got that chance again. So she has been that good this year, hasn't she, Homan?
Yeah, she's only lost 5 games all season, but the really interesting thing here, Vic, is she's only lost to one Canadian team. That was Team Anderson in a slam in September. It's been months since she's lost to them. 29-1 overall versus Scotties Field, only 1 loss. Hasn't lost to Jennifer Jones yet this year. Incredible.
Yeah, 38-5 on tour, 5 wins, including a win in the points bet when she did beat Carrie Anderson.
Had coffee with Rachel a few weeks before the Scotties, and we caught up about life in general. Didn't talk too much curling, but one of the things that stood out to me was this team has a lot of belief. Not only do they feel, I mean, of course you're going to feel pretty good with that kind of record, but, you know, sometimes it feels like it's yours to lose. And she said, this is the year where I just feel like we've got a team that can win the Scotties, but not only that, if we can get on to Worlds, I think we've got a great chance of getting to the top of the podium.
Yeah, well said. They definitely have the tools to go all the way.
And she has that 1 gold medal at the Worlds.
Good throw.
That's, you know, I guess my thought would be putting undue pressure on yourself by knowing that, you know, being able to shut it out, the expectation, as it were.
You know what, though, Vic? What it seemed to me was they've put in so much work this year. They keep talking about how hard they're working, and that's kind of the carrot. That's the motivator. There's this really big intensity on this team. Sarah Wilkes had a baby in May. Rachel had a baby in August. This is usually the hardest season, coming back after a kid, and they're all just leaning right into it. I think having that to aim for is what's motivating all that hard work.
Jen can't do much with this other than stay for shot rock.
Whoa, Carly. Hard. Lots of weight. Hard.
Just trying to bounce it buried, I guess.
And it looks like it may go at the back. You know, you think to yourself, okay, but how well that end has been managed by Homan.
Yeah.
Everything on the edges. We didn't see anything behind the guards. And it's going to result, I mean, unless she falls down or throws it to Canmore, it's going to be a 2.
It's just, no, you're right. They get that one little error out of the Team Jones, and they controlled the deuce, which is not easy to do with these stones against great teams.
So, that'll be close. Keep your attention.
And talk about reference draw last end for Jennifer Jones. Great chance here for Rachel. She's missed a few draws tonight, so nail this and get your confidence for the rest of the game.
Well, as I say, I think when you watch it, I think it looks simple. It looks easier than it is, and you're going to get a deuce out of it.
It's up to you. I thought we were there. Weight's good. 6. Hasn't moved yet, 6.
You just need to hit paint. They will not be leaving this in the 12th, but they want to show their skip the tee line.
And there you go. Could that be a draw going to school that they may need in 10 for 2? Tuesday night here at the Scotties, and the battle for what we think will be first place. The winner will have that 1-game advantage. And right now it's advantage Ontario. And Rachel Homan, after that deuce, means that Jennifer Jones will have the hammer playing the Yellowstones here in the 8th. So a couple of center guards go up, corner up from Manitoba. And this is the Jones lead, Lauren Lenentine.
We saw this set up earlier in the game, and it was Manitoba that threw the double guards. This time it's for Team Homan. Sarah's first didn't quite get to center. It's kind of high, so they had to throw a better one on Sarah's second.
Hey, rub. No. Rub.
All right. Think the ice is changing, Russ?
It's very possible. 8th end, it's very warm in here. Remember you were saying you talked to Glenn, my brother, and he was saying the tolerance has been, he wants it to be heavier, so I just don't know whether they're picking up on the speed, but that was out wide enough. It should have slid farther.
There on its own weight. I think so.
It is warmer in here than it has been all week. I'm not with you people, as you know. And so
another party.
So being outside of the booth, you get the temperature, and there's been cooler days and warmer days. It is easily the warmest it's been in this building tonight.
Yes, we'll have to keep an eye on it, but I don't think she threw that quite hard enough.
Line's great. Line's great.
Sometimes you get to the 8th end of a game, you don't need to think add 6 feet. You just got to think, I got to be there on my own draw weight, and they can sweep it aggressive.
It's there.
See, that slid nicely.
Did you see this? The brooms were down the whole way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the ice is just brilliant.
Let's go. They're good.
So important for Jones to score in this end. Love to get 2, but 1 still plays, and you're still set up to get hammer in that 10th end.
Well, that's the thing. It's in the 8th, right? So you get the even end.
Yep. Whoa. Clean. You're good. Whoa. Nice, Sam. Good shot, Em. Nice to meet you. Really helpful.
Boy, just
opens up that center line.
Sorry? Hair more ice. Okay.
3,
I'm assuming? 3. Real tight.
I want to get maximum separation between these guards. Heard Emma say really tight.
It's close. 2 room. What's she saying? Room. 2. We're light. Just a 2. Right here. Take a look. What? You want a 1? I don't want it beside it. For all the things. Whoa, you're there.
Why not beside it, Russ?
I didn't think you could get
just makes that double a lot easier. And this way they're hoping if Jones takes on the double, it might stuff and stay there.
Firm.
So plan B, Rachel heard the sweepers call halfway, and knowing at what point in the game they're at, she said, I'll just give up. Early in the game with a halfway guard, you can usually extend the life enough, but not now.
Well, that's a struggle for Emily Zacharias.
Heavy. Curl. Straight.
Very close.
And watch out. Catch it? No. But opens up that center line. They still have a corner to work with, Jones.
Good throw.
Inglis has picked up a single, but still trails Ontario and New Brunswick, the leader there.
We never peel, do we?
Territories has come back with 2 to tie. And BC Grandy, they're seemingly on a way to a 5th win.
You guys like that?
The 4 and 6.
What do you like? I like either.
And also a 3 in the second for Grandy. That's the big difference.
Right? Yeah. I don't mind tight. We know the line. I don't want to talk about it. We don't have that much time. We have enough time. 12.5 minutes. Yeah.
We're wasting our time.
Both these calls make sense. You could argue either one. You've got one impossible to outdraw. So if you keep guarding it, you might get a steal.
No,
But you also could give up 2 by leaving the corner.
We're kind of.
It's just too tight, they hit and roll on, and then too high, they chase it out.
I know, we're losing the surface, so that's not easy for guards.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why I was with you guys at the peel, just because the guards are
Let's play
so
the field. I
hard.
just want to make sure you were on board with it.
Yeah, no, I was. I knew it was there, and I just.
So we saw your hit.
Steel's pretty good here, too. That's
Well,
the
see,
only
that's
thing.
right. So we were on our game there. You heard Rachel say they're losing the surface.
It's so tempting against Jones to keep the pressure on, though.
We saw Rachel's to the
Yeah.
wing on her double, so I think
And
it looks pretty
losing the surface is a
Do you like
bit
this?
dramatic.
Do you want more?
No, that's good.
Okay.
That we just, the rock that went there was like 14 and a half.
Yeah, I think what she's referring to is just that it's not as easy to place as it would have been earlier in
Sure.
the game. So if it's not a for sure make, it's hard to guard a rock perfectly and have the perfect depth. So play the easier shot.
Very good, very good. Good. Came up. Good. Nice shot.
So
What do you like?
what are you conceding here? I'm thinking this out myself, but you said obviously Jones wants at least one. In doing this, Homan probably going to try to force the blank and force her in 9 and then have the hammer in 10.
That's
Correct?
the
Am I
plan.
thinking this
You're
out?
dead on. If it's looking like blank, so Holman's hoping for a force in 9 and then in pretty good shape. That's the plan. It was an interesting
There's a
situation.
chance on a double if we miss it.
Yeah.
Like that? Okay.
I mean, if we get forced and so we have to force next.
And it would have, like. I put the blinker on. It like went sideways. The line
was perfect.
It just.
All the weight came off.
It just
of
holds
Yeah.
it. It looks like the surface is tough.
I think that was safer.
I like that.
So-
like a blink's good here.
Yeah.
That's the second time now within a couple of minutes that Rachel said that. She's got this idea that the surface is going to be a problem, and you wonder if that's planted in her mind. Could it eventually be a problem for her?
Oh, definitely. It's not out of the norm to see the surface change. Night
Right.
draw, it's the third draw of the day. Warm in the building, as we've discussed. So you don't want to overcomplicate and overcompensate for the surface. Beautiful freeze by Carly.
Yeah, exactly. And there's
That's the risk is, if you can keep it technical and say, look, we got to keep our brooms down. If we lift our brooms, it's going to grab and die. If you got to throw 3 feet more, great. But sometimes you see people get really spooked by one surprising miss, and then they miss way heavy on the next, thinking they have to make a big adjustment.
all the time. Like that last shot was pretty good for losing the surface. That perfect freeze. It's slowing down in the middle like always.
Yeah.
Tracy Fleury, and we'll spill them all.
That said, though, Russ, this team has only lost 5 games this year, so maybe they know a thing or two about playing late ends. So
Yeah, for sure. Oh, there was nothing wrong with peeling the corner at all.
I think if they didn't have a choice, if they had to throw the guard, they would have played it. It's just they did have the option, so they're going to choose the easier shot.
So remembering now, to get a plus, you have to out-curl your opponent by 5 points. Just 2 points separating. And coming into the game,
It's
both
running a bit here.
Tracy Fleury,
Yeah, you want to
Carly
better.
Burgess were +4, but
Can't hurt it.
they're going to right now split and won't get a point.
Good, Carly. Nice.
2 nice draws by Carly.
Well, you would think that, as you know, Jones has announced her retirement from the 4-point game at the end of this 4-player game at the end of the season. You would think that some of these players would be wanted by others. What's been impressive, because their future's on the line here too, right? They have to think ahead. But Glenn Howard said to us, they talked about it. They all agreed. We're all on the same page. You know, somebody could have said, well, that's not the kind of news. We thought we were going to be together for the Olympic run. But they've parked it. They've buried it, and they'll worry about their future at the end of the season.
Yeah, that's your only choice. But that's, again, easier said than done. Kudos to the way they're playing. Same with Team Anderson. You know, it's all about handling distractions. Both teams done a wonderful job.
Yeah, and I'd argue it's more than just a little distraction for both those teams. Very different situations, but it's been impressive to see that mental toughness.
Oh, yeah. You don't get to this level if you can't concentrate when you have to.
So Homan with the plus in a game where Jones just uncharacteristically struggling both draws and hits. The player numbers are brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Clean. Yep. Hard. Gotta go. Hard. All the way.
Good. Nice sweep. Notice on that hit they had both rushers down.
Good.
Late game, that extra sweeper just to help get a little bit more of the frost off.
Normal. Okay. How do you think this will run?
I mean, frost would be.
Spec floor.
I don't know if the dry
probably
weather
max
even
ice.
allows so much frost, is there? I mean, there's not much. It's just.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's
Whatever freshness. I used the wrong word.
Yeah, I mean, what did somebody say? Caitlin Law's mom said a great line to me yesterday. It's so dry in here you couldn't lick a stamp. Yeah. And for people who come from the east and other parts of the country, it's an adjustment.
Weight's good. Clean. You're good. Clean.
15.
9.
Well, this is the game plan, isn't it?
Yep. Should be gloves off in the 9th, though.
So it was so exciting to watch because one team wants the blank or the 2. The other one so badly wants the 4 sometimes.
Okay. You said Jones wants to score. Why not take the single? Hey.
Great question, Vic.
No, seriously.
When the blank's up for grabs, I think you take it, though.
You think so, Russ, too?
Oh, yes. Yeah, for sure. So, you know, we're all assuming Jennifer's going to get forced to 1. She might get forced to 3 in the 9th. Having last rock is always a good thing.
All the way as it comes up. Here we go. Oh, and there it goes. So we'll put a blank on the board. That's Jones' first blank of the event. Homan leads it by 1.
Nice.
So here we go to the 9th on this Tuesday night. The Scotties, Calgary. Battle for first place. Both teams coming in 4 straight wins. And right now it's advantage. Homan by 1. Jones with last rock playing the Yellowstone. So center went up. Jones goes around. 3/4, half to 3/4 buried. And now it's the Ontario lead. Sarah Wilkes in a 7th appearance.
Room. Heavy. Hold on.
Vic, I think a very clever move by Jennifer Jones here.
Clean it for lunch.
They've been throwing both teams been throwing corner guards with hammer with the first shot. They assumed Homan would throw 2 guards here to try to get a 4. So she went right around immediately, and that kind of forced Rachel's hand. You could play the run back, which is dangerous. You could throw another guard, which is dangerous. So Homan decided to come in, and now Jennifer's got a rock that could go on the scoreboard.
Also going around to keep the blank alive. Throw up that corner, you're probably not blanking.
Yeah.
Wait only. Bit of room.
Like it.
Full court. Same line.
Yep. Go. Sliding better.
Full court.
The Wilkestone going just a little deep. Back 4.
Hard line.
Just mentioning about those comments about losing the surface, you so often see that, okay, well then I got to give it extra, and then you throw too much and it just doesn't catch the...
Exactly. Yeah, you're not doing your team a favor.
And she'll leave it top button. Well, an impressive performance. Clancy Grandy out of the Vancouver Curling Club, now 5-1. And she takes out Yukon. They're still winless. The young Bailey Scoffin out of Whitehorse. And that's a big game coming up tomorrow. Grandy against Homan.
6.
Yeah, is it
Stay
ever?
close on line. 5. Stay close on line. 7. Whoa. It's falling like it's heavy.
7.
Curl.
6.
Curl it if you can, Trace. Yeah, you can go.
Sarah,
Perfect.
stay close.
Final
Curl,
week.
curl,
Final
curl. You're
bouncing.
heavy.
We're
Curl,
bouncing.
you're heavy.
It's not good.
So there's 2 heavies in a row.
See, that's seeds planted.
Sure.
Joe, and I'm just wondering,
You got to try to freeze. Yep. I think so.
the other team hasn't had a problem with it.
Seeing the intern,
Appears
because like
anyway.
I don't want to go there.
Yeah, I mean, there's the balance too, right? You want to share information and learn from every rock, and they had one come up significantly lighter last time, by a good 6 feet. So you're trying to share all the information, pass it up the lineup.
Go for it.
And this team is very good at that. That's why they've won so much.
Oh, yeah.
This spot in the ice, that outturn to the middle, though, has been played a lot all game, and it's held up really nicely. There's probably some spots on the ice that are definitely coming down.
Sure.
It's all that ice mapping. The speed map it changes so much as the game progresses.
Nice little nest here now to sink another one.
I haven't seen many on this side of the sheet, though.
Not as many as a couple outturns coming the other way, that's all.
Burgess, Clementine. Oh dear.
You got to go.
Sneak it. One, yeah, sure, that one. How about this one? No. And what if she left?
That was perfect weight. They did everything they could with that, swept it the whole way. Lauren and Carly, such great sweepers, really strong. It's so frustrating. Perfect weight.
I think so. Okay.
Yeah, that's a curl. Got it.
Surround the enemy now for Team Homan.
What's the play, Russ?
Try to roll it under here, or certainly roll it a little.
What, just to limit them to the single if you can?
Yeah, back to that force situation, yes.
Roll it on top?
Yes. And there is not a double, it would jam.
Yeah, there's not enough room to punch them through. Huh?
Right.
Hard! Solid high! Hard! You gotta go! Hard, Sarah. Hard!
Wilkes. One, yep. Now can you get that roll? Yes, roll it on top. No spin too far.
Just getting a little bit more curl all of a sudden here, too.
Sometimes late in the game, you just got to keep a broom down.
Yeah.
Because if your broom's off, it grabs,
This is the 2, but I don't think
curls a little bit more than earlier. Harder to stop it from curling late in the game. Should take the exact same line as her last one. Moving over the rock at the top of the house.
Mine's better. Yep. Finally, back 4. Yes. Hard.
Boy, it just seemed to take off on them.
Hard.
Burgess now. Again. They move that Yellowstone over. That's going to help them. And they'll take advantage. And in they come. Just hit the 2.
Great anticipation from Jennifer Jones. She got the team on it earlier.
They swept this aggressively for line. Plenty of weight, little tap there. Lots of curl in that spot. Heroes
Oh, is there ever?
fully buried almost behind a rock top
You have to
12.
miss it high. If you're going to miss it.
What turn are you seeing?
Ian.
Yeah, this is my first spot.
Okay. If we blow by, it's not the end of the world. Okay. We could go here too.
I like the run on this one.
Yeah, I like the run.
I mean, the key would be opening it up. No, Russ?
Yeah, well, yes, and you want to get one of those yellows out of there if you can. It's ugly that you're running in a yellow, but they don't have a choice. If they could, Tracy could go red, yellow, yellow, get the shot rock out of there. It makes it a little bit easier. Unfortunate part with those 2 heavy reds that Team Homan threw down there. That's killing them right now. I heard Rachel say she understands how to miss this. You're better to miss Tracy miss this wide and leave the yellow.
No. Yep.
Little extra flick.
Whoa. Curl. Curl.
Tracy Fleury.
Whoa.
Oh, she gets it and rattles them around.
Beautiful.
Rearranges the furniture, as you say, and opens it up.
Really nice shot.
I think for Tracy, moving to third, if she's skipping right now, she doesn't have to think about the way to miss a shot. She's adjusted really well to having to think about tolerance a lot more.
I can't give her enough credit. It's just incredible. Plus the brushing.
I don't.
Yeah.
That makes that double pretty easy, and then I make the double back.
That was the first thing I saw.
It's just hard to make this double and stay.
Yeah. I think it's this. I don't know. She lost. Wanna call? No. I don't know. Like.
This rock is helping us right now because then there's no double.
Yeah.
But I just don't know where else to go. She can still free it up. Like if she plays that, she frees it up. So maybe we do this.
We just freeze this.
The only thing you don't want to do is get caught here and get forced to one, as we keep talking about. So this double is there for sure. You can roll it over here. You got a little bit of separation. You might get your two that way, or end up getting a blank. It keeps some options open.
Okay. Do you think this is going all the way out?
Yeah, that one.
I have to hit it to like. I want to stick.
What kind of weight?
No, I know. Like I almost think like even if we can get it to go to there,
That's pretty good.
it might block that.
Okay, I like it. Okay.
So I'm just seeing like a 9.5. The most important thing is that we stay.
Yeah.
Even if this just goes to there, maybe we'll have something. This is just your first, right?
Yeah. Okay, 9.5.
Yeah.
Well thought out. And Jennifer brings up a great point. You can't roll out here because the double's available because this red's gone. And she had a good point. If you do stick the red one behind the yellows, that could help them too.
Yeah. 9.5? Yeah. All right, let's go.
So the top red doesn't go very far. That's fine also. Keep the yellow in play.
Hair down. Whoa.
Carly Burgess, her first.
Yes. Gotta go. Yes.
Just rearrange those reds. Hold that shooter, though, is the big key. And they do, and that's exactly what they thought. They would maybe junk it up by keeping that red stone back four.
It's a tough situation for Jennifer because she, I think in the back of her mind, she's trying to keep the blank alive too, and it's hard to do both with all these rocks in play.
So when do you make that decision? When do you bail Joe and say, okay, this is not going to work out for a deuce, or are you committed now to getting your two or just settling for one?
I think at this point they need to try to generate their two. There's a lot of rocks to remove.
Yeah, it's not looking good for a blank, but you never know what happens.
Might be able to make two doubles. And
miscue. Still on it. Bang, bang, go away, and she'll push it back. And then that shooter rolls over, almost sitting on the corner. Boy, it's really junky in that 4-foot area.
Try to make that double. Yep. Or you make this double.
Now they're thinking two.
That's probably better, Carly. Like we're just gonna play this. We might even set up a triple. Yep. Do you like that? Yep. Okay, which turn?
Just didn't quite make the double.
Are we hitting this one first? This one first. Probably the out turn. Okay, first.
Let's make it.
Let's go.
Boy, all of a sudden it's looking great for a two.
one shot.
Yeah, just didn't kick that out.
More? Yep.
The confidence to tell Jennifer Jones, I need a little more ice. That's pretty good.
Whoa. Curl. No, straight, clean. Curl. 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 See, Rachel.
1, 2, and there it goes. There's
Good call.
Wow.
I think so.
Yeah. I think that was a good call.
Yeah, good.
Just that double that Tracy didn't quite get out of the rings is.
I like that. Stay in the 8-foot.
Yeah, if that rock isn't there in the
Could even
12-foot.
go here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think the double's there if we roll here. I think it catches. Just if it's like very precise if you don't roll far enough.
Yeah.
Either way is pretty precise, huh?
Yeah, but
You don't like going for a double?
I don't.
I like this now. I think a double on the next one.
Because they're gonna have to be close, right?
Yeah, I was just thinking if we roll a little bit this way and she tries the double, even if you knows it, she's grouping them.
Do you like control?
Move a little bit.
Control, do you like?
Okay.
I like this call. Make them make the shot.
Yes.
The double is all or nothing, and you might give away the end this way.
But that's, I mean, I know you said, we talked earlier that she's a much better drawer, but that is thinking back to the way she was, right? She always liked the big bang bang shot. That was always the bail for her.
And she's really been seeing it this week too. We've seen her make a ton of beautiful doubles.
Oh, this is absolutely the right call because Jennifer has to do something with the Homan rock. Might set up something.
Little slow.
No, speed's good.
All right, just to get rid of that thought about losing the ice. Speed is good, the front end says. Skip Stone's here at 9.
No, off. Curl.
Curl, Em. Gotta go.
Move it, Em.
Really gotta go. Really gotta go.
Harder.
Go.
And roll, sit down, and it will for third shot. Just that little bit.
Close.
Awfully close.
It's close.
It's close.
Goes down. Try to throw it hard and just.
I think
Yeah, I like that.
Roll it flat.
Like firm almost, or just 9?
I'm seeing firm.
Yeah, I like that.
I think it's red.
Yeah,
Thank you.
by the slimmest of margins.
You're giving it the good squint for sure.
Oh, yeah. Now, that's the plan here was now Jennifer's got to make a good one. And that's always the key, especially under pressure, is make them make something. And Jennifer has to roll, ideally, 4 or 5 feet to the right here.
Just over to use that backing, you're saying?
Just to stop a double on Rachel's next one.
All right.
If she hits this dead on, Rachel makes the double, and assuming Red's third shot.
Right.
Big shot here. Jennifer's out turn, if anything's been on the tight side this week. A little bit narrow.
Whoa. Farley. Hard. Hard. Hard, gotta go.
Jones first.
Really gotta move it. Go.
Burgess. Here we go. Gonna roll it over. She rolls it left instead. Now, what she left here.
Hit to sit 2, I'm guessing.
Sorry, guys.
Wow. She not rolling the other way?
Yeah. Right out of the hand, the call was to carve.
I think if I could criticize that one, it was the
Either
weight
way, make
choice.
this double.
She could have thrown normal and rolled to the right spot, and she decided she had to throw big weight to get a higher roll.
So I think nose is
We're
pretty
shot.
good.
I think nose is good.
And the double jam.
Isn't that funny because
Hers ran really straight here. Do you like control?
I like control, yeah.
Rachel Homan initially said make the double. Then Miscu comes down and says no, we're shot. So nose will work.
You're seeing over 2 decades of Emma and Rachel being in the house together.
What's the weight, Paul? Control. Okay, so the same weight?
Yeah.
How do you think it'll run here?
Hers ran pretty straight. She poked it a bit.
Okay.
Okay, just taking. Interesting how you watch the other skip, right?
weight's good
So
here.
she poked it a little bit, maybe pushed it a bit.
Weight's good.
No,
Clean. Yep.
Whoa, whoa. Yep.
Clean. Weight's good.
Whoa. Curl.
Curl.
What an opportunity here.
Curl, curl,
What an opportunity here. And they looks like the force is on. Is there anything there? Is it thin enough to make, do you think, or not?
I don't think so, because to get that angle, and you'd love to stick it, you've got to get 90 degrees. It's close. 90 would be more like this way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might go through, do you think?
I
No?
think you can probably make the triple.
Ooh.
Like
It's-
through here.
Yeah.
Then it depends on which turn, because the one turn will drag it down a little bit farther.
Ooh, that's really, I think this is easier. It's like a quarter. What do you like?
I think to punch it through the hole, it goes across the top.
I think so.
It
Take
would
a
have
look.
to be an in turn.
But even if we make the triple, we get 2.
Yep.
triple, meaning kill that yellow on the left. That's the one it's going to run into.
Okay, so
think it's
she could play for the single.
But what kind of weight do you like? Like normal?
But
I don't
thinking
think you
that
whip it because you want to stick it.
to steal against Homan would be too tough.
Exactly. Tied without, it's a 72% win probability for the team with hammer.
But it's not crazy.
You'd have to argue this is much less than 72% too, right? So
very high degree of difficulty here.
where do you think it's going to go? I think it goes off the top yellow if she hits the back one perfect.
This is for 2.
I like it.
It's close because
Yeah, Jen.
she's throwing the right turn because this will gear down a bit. It's about a 20% angle difference.
Final stone for Jones. You're in 9 right now. It is. Homan's hitting 2. Lenentine, very thin, then come over. Very thin, Lenentine. Let's go. Burgess straightening it out. Here we go through the hole. Oh, and then across the top. And it does appear it'll be a steal of 1. It is.
Great try.
1 red.
That close. Down by 2. She'll have the last rock. Coming home. Will it be the first place decider, the winner of this one? It will be a big advantage, of course, as they use the head-to-head records to determine placings. And both these teams come in undefeated, 4 straight wins. But that steal of 1 now puts Ontario and Homan up by 2. Manitoba and Jones with last rock playing the Yellowstones here in 10.
Where do you want to go here?
When I drew that 90-degree angle for Jennifer to get it through the hole, I was assuming she was trying to stick her shooter. She had a better idea by hitting it a little thicker. She gets through the hole automatically and maybe ticks the top side, which she nearly did. Kick it, you only had to kick it a half an inch and you score 2 points. So she wasn't far from just a slight overbrush trying to make it curl.
Okay.
I don't think she was ever trying for 3. It was just the 2.
Easy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Line only. For line. 2.5. Clean. 2.5. 3. Whoa.
Briefly talked about coming around one of these corners.
I don't know how deep it is.
Team Homan wanted to choke off the draw. I hate that call because it's only one spot that rock can be in. Little light, it's another guard. Little heavy, it's something to freeze too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a little bit better odds. You're keeping them busy down the middle here.
Roll off the one on the top 12.
On, grab my 2.
No rollouts for Team Jones here.
It's kind of like a hack, solid hack.
Okay.
Got it, Em. Yeah. Got it, Em. Let's go.
Yes, you gotta go. Really hard. Real hard.
Burgess. Closest to the stone. Lenentine out in front on this rock from Emily Zacharias. It's getting messy. They won't have a lot of room to get in.
Or do we guard again?
Is that killing that corner?
I think she's just doing that, and we're still in trouble. Okay, I like that. Same spot.
Rachel's right. Your whole being wants to kill some yellow rocks, but keep the pressure on.
There's too many to kill. Killing one doesn't help them.
Better still. Room. Little less.
3, 2.5.
Line's good. Clean it. Looks
2.5.
right.
2.
Hard line.
2.
Hard line. Get it here.
2. 1.5.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. Hard, Sarah. Keep going, keep going.
Go, go, go. Over the line, over the line. Go, go, go.
Nice job by Sarah Wilkes to pivot around. And a lot out of that stone when there was nothing
I
left.
think you're going over here.
Well, look at this. 8-6.
Like hack.
New Brunswick leads, and Inglis, Ontario has them in trouble.
Well, Danielle lies 2. On her first, Melissa was trying to pick a stone out and went by the side of everything. Danielle had a chance to get into lie 3, but was a bit short. So this is a draw. Looks for the 8-foot to cut them down to 1. Needs 4-foot for the single.
As we watch Emily Zacharias. And again, into that slide path. Didn't have enough weight, but fudging up. And look at that. Steal of 2. They're tied. Must win for Inglis at 3 losses.
Okay.
Jennifer tried to get the tick there and get the top one.
Carly, hang out.
Pile of weight there.
I think. Can you get there? I think so.
It's going to be tough with that type of speed to hit and stay.
Looks better to your eye. It'll come in there with the end. Yeah.
Got that tap
The out
too.
kind of looks framed.
Hard in. I like this tap. If you think the draw is there, we can throw it.
It's hard to tell from here.
Okay.
I like it.
Tough with the finish. You'll have to just get by this outside yellow.
It's like a
Finish is so hard that
keep your extension.
will come just by the
light's okay.
rock that's in the biting the top 12. The person you want throwing it.
Yeah, line.
Tracy Fleury.
Let me know. You think so, right? Yeah. What's she saying?
Hard.
Line's great. Gotta go.
They're holding it so far.
Hard. Hard. Oh, you got go.
As far as you can.
Hard. Hard. Keep going. Line.
Oh, just out of the rub. Couldn't sneak it by, but they'll catch the top of the 8. They are sitting 3, but without Lost Rock.
Great try.
Such strong brushing late in the game, fighting through a little bit of slowdown. Both Em and Sarah have really good body position on their brooms.
Can't get low. Okay. Yeah. But the only other, what else do we do? We can try to draw here.
This is so automatic.
I know.
I think that's the call.
Oh, okay. I think you want to throw like just forward, solid hack. Like even if we just go to there.
Yep.
That sweeping still got something out of the shot, even though they rubbed. I think that could be the game.
Yeah, no kidding.
Just board, solid hack.
They managed, there's no way to get underneath here.
Well, we have another final, and Kate Cameron. Big win for her to stay at 2 losses. She beats Kerry Galusha. 3-2 now. Galusha falls to 1-4. Next up for Cameron is Jennifer Jones tomorrow. That's 2 losses. She snaps a 2-game losing streak, Cameron, Kathy.
And she's playing well. She played well this morning when she lost to Rachel Homan, and she carried that through. I think that she's starting to relax a little bit and gaining confidence.
Finger going up from Carly Burgess. Maybe a little up weight, but couldn't get across and under.
Do you like control?
You got it, Tracy.
It's going to be really hard for Team Jones to get into the rings pretty soon here if this nose hit is made.
They've got a wide out turn corner guard they could tap in underneath about 7 rocks. But you're right, other than that.
Yeah, if they can get one in there, there's lots of cards.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
Keep going.
Miscue, and no, spins it away.
It was a miscue, Vic.
Yeah.
Wanted to hang right there.
Good feet. Okay. That's okay, Tracy.
A little firm, maybe.
So a couple of finals, and Grandy goes to 5-1. One of those teams, Jones and Homan, will also, go to 5 straight wins. Cameron, that is a big win, as she said. I say staying at 2. Inglis has stayed at 3. It's going to be tight for that 3rd spot, certainly. And lots of work for, said earlier, for Cameron is she's going to be playing Jones.
Whoa, above the tee.
And Grandy at 5-1 plays Homan tomorrow.
Shoot.
Yeah, you know, right. You're exactly right, Russ. As Joe was, if she miscue doesn't roll away and sits right there, how do you get in?
Yeah, exactly.
Good sweep.
Beautiful shot.
But now the path is there too. You just follow them down, Joe?
Yeah, Carly almost racked on the outside yellow guard. Lauren was able to carve it over. This is not easy to follow.
If it racks, they're dead. But now you're right. You don't get this in a good spot. And
It's tough because if you throw sweeping weight and they have to sweep it, they're going to kill the line.
you're right on the where it might die if she gets this tight.
Skip Stones has a 2-point lead.
7.
Rachel Homan.
Fine. Whoa. 7. Yep. 8, 7.
You got to hold this up. You got to hold it up here. Got to find that hold. Get off that one guard on the right, and then hold it up. You're by. So now help it over miscue. Help it over miscue. What a shot! Goodness gracious.
Just a completely different flight plan compared to Carly's. That sweeping weight, using Sarah Wilkes' strong brushing.
But it's managed here. Listen, I mean, Wilkes does great to hold it, and Fleury says right away, "You're by. Let's go now. Move it." And miscue does.
Well, and then once the tandem too, you hear the two of them talking the whole way down the sheet. What a shot.
By the Ontario front end is coast to coast and 3 or 4 in a row here.
Just shot it.
Second game of the day, 10th end.
Talk about a different line. That was like a foot narrower early.
Out comes Glenn Howard.
Can you come with the out turn and just tap that a bit? If you could just tap that red a hair.
It would curl enough, but
that's really good.
it's like 2/3
If you go there,
berry.
she slashes, you still can get your deuce. If you could ever come with that 6 rock,
Like
make
to
it
get
come
by
in,
that guard.
if you could just tap
I
that
think we're
back.
almost going to get to the nose.
Yeah.
I do think
It's there. Yeah.
That's the best shot, Janet. You could pull
That's
that
what
one
I was
off,
thinking.
Right?
Yeah.
I didn't
That's
think
money.
of the intern. I think best
No.
case you're here.
I don't think you're gonna. Yeah, and that's.
Okay.
You take the guard, it's over.
Guards
You
and
hang
then
it. That's going to come in for sure.
Kind
You
of
almost
weight
got to
is
throw a little
back
weight,
4.
I'm thinking you got to throw.
right?
Pardon me?
You need a little bit of weight.
Yeah. I was thinking just back 4, back 8.
Could you get through the hole? Okay.
I think so,
Okay,
yeah.
That's you throw
Yeah.
the weight to do that.
Yeah, I like that.
Make
All
it.
Where do you like for ice, Glenn? So
We're gonna have to.
that's drawing the button.
Glenn's suggesting this way. It's a small
That's where
port,
I
but
was
he's got a great point. You can't
Really close.
you can't do
That looks
anything
really good.
this direction.
Yeah, it just has to.
It's just
flow
going to
one way.
redirect onto your own. So just back 4, maybe back 8. You can't.
Yeah, go with 6.
Glenn's saying a little more than that. You've got to get to it. It's overburied by a ton. So maybe back button, back 4. Just move it to 2. It's really overburied.
What am I thinking?
Yeah, the sweepers will switch and carve it as soon as they can.
Okay.
Yeah. Even a 14. Somewhere in there. You got it, Jen. Yeah, Jen, let's make this.
Does that look like too much? I think that's close.
I don't think you go much more than back 4, Joanne, to get enough curl. You know, they'll be able to carve it, but you got to get through the port first.
Line's
Let it
good.
work, Lauren. Let it work.
Got it, curl. Close. Clean.
Jones first.
Clean. Yep.
And they're waiting.
Yep.
Now go. Here they go. They got to hold it up here. Watch this stagger. You got to come through right there. Get by that top one. Yes. Oh, now you got this one. Can you get by that one? Sure you do. Look at this. Great shot. Oh, and it'll spin away.
That was a problem with it, trying to throw that kind of weight. It had to be lighter,
As
but
good as
what
I
a
could do. We didn't get by by much. Too
right,
heavy,
what a great
hey?
attempt.
Heavy.
And
I
it's
don't know if you could have done much better. A foot less. Do you think it curls that much more?
you'd have to be
Not
lighter.
sure.
Her husband Brent Lang watching, and
You could throw it with control. Like there's no hole
daughters
between
Isabella and
those, right?
Skyla.
Sorry?
Yeah, you could throw with weight.
Is there a hole looks harder. I just thought with hack, if I feather either guard, we guard ours.
Okay. I could come off this
there
and
double
guard
there?
ours.
Yeah, I
through the
think
hole,
a little extra, like even board. Because
Would
then
you like-
boards, I'm seeing like
Can you fire it or you have to throw quiet?
You don't have enough
control.
of this.
Okay.
There's
How about
no
the other
is there a
one?
hole there?
Can you hit the other one first?
I think so. You can hit either one.
Just do we need to? I just thought if I throw hack and I feather either guard, we probably guard our rock.
I just don't. Hack is like a little of a sensitive weight.
You're going to be in the middle. It's going to be heavy in the middle, right?
Does it look like a big hole?
No, but I think if you throw a bit more weight, it'll take the curl out, right?
You don't like this guard?
No.
Yeah. What do you like, Rach? We have 20 seconds left.
Yeah. What do you like?
You could draw in again. And
We
then
gotta make a
block
decision,
it.
guys.
I think Tracy's got a good option.
If you can't make that double, or if you can get rid of one, fine,
Just
right?
she has this run. I think I like your first call.
With what weight?
I'm thinking board or control.
I mean, again, to her strength,
She just threw hack.
Joe,
and
this
it
would
barely
seem
came
to be
up.
the shot. There is the
Yes.
room, first of all, and then you go for the double.
Yeah, just like she says, doesn't look very easy. It's a tight court to navigate.
I think the come around they just played easier, but it's Rachel Homan. She makes these look pretty easy, so I don't think there's a wrong call here. It's really Skip's preference.
Need to hear more, Trace?
The draw, you can be, top 8-ish here, pretty safe too.
Yeah,
like,
we can hold this here with board.
Yeah, she just threw it too.
yeah.
How are you gonna throw it?
No bad call. Whatever the skipper wants
Yep.
here.
Yeah, exactly.
Can end it here. But she's going to have to come through a tight hole for a possible double, sitting back edge of the 4. Miscue. Fleury will call the line. Got to help it over. Now you got it. Wilkes by that one. Sure enough. By that one. Yes, you did. You got them both. Bang, 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 bang. Away they go.
It's her shot.
And the advantage right away now goes to Ontario as they pick up a 5th straight win.
Just threaded a needle, Joanne. Just really nice weight control.
And in a dominating season for Homan, she now wins her 4th straight game against Jones this season.
The 2024 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Scotties Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties. By Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue. By BKT Tires, growing together. And by Home Hardware. Here's how.
And we have a final, and after giving up 3 stolen points, Liz Adams picks up the win to go to 2-4 and hand Ontario a 4th loss. What a game. Wonderful game. It's what we expected. Good shots, some missed shots, and congratulations, Emma Miscue. 5 wins here means 100 career wins at the Scotties, joining the likes of Jones, Colleen, Jennifer, Jill Officer, Don McEwen, Kathy Overton, Clapham, Marianne Arsenault, Kim Kelly. Yeah, there's the difference. I mean, look at the numbers there. You just don't expect that from Jennifer Jones, do you? And that's really the difference, and really strong performance by the lead 2nd and 3rd for Ontario. It results in a 7-5 win. The game story brought to you by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue. So it is a big win, as we say, because you come down now to those teams, being tied. If Homan should lose a game and it's determined, well, you're going to have head-to-head battle. But now you look ahead. Then tomorrow, Jones has got Cameron, Homan's got Grandy. So the 2 top teams at 5 wins will meet tomorrow. It's not out of question here that Grandy, should she win, she could end up in 1st place.
Sure.
So tomorrow it's Kathy and Brian. I was going to have you work, but apparently you're not. Sturmey against McCarmel will go back to Pool A. That's tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern Time as Selena Sturmey out of Edmonton tries to make it 6 straight wins. What an evening of curling here in Calgary at the Scotties. It's getting tight now. We're heading towards the final few draws with 3 days of round robin still to play. Rachel Homan sitting top of the table. Selena Sturmey, the other undefeated team in Pool A. So until we talk with you again tomorrow, thank you for joining us here on Canada's sports leader, TSN.